Our heroes are locked in combat with a demonic harpy and fungal zombie underlings as they raid the central lodge of the Elk Raven complex, looking to find Aravashnael, the missing elven wizard. Before the combat broke out, the harpy offered to return Aravashnael to the party if they would just leave, and when they declined, he called forth a zombified elf by the same name. The room contains a giant pulsating putrid mushroom, as well as 3 deflated puffball mushrooms. The former dark blight that had been strong in this region was less fungal in nature, and everything here is pointing to a more direct tree raiser connection than initially anticipated. The party hasn't located Aravashnael's spellbook that led them to this location, but has determined that something unusual has happened to the elven wizard's soul. Until that mystery is solved, no resurrection is possible. As combat continued, the harpy hit the party and the zombie Aravashnael with a powerful spell, burning the zombie to char. The party has eliminated one of the fungal zombies, and Daegron is hasted and flying as he chases the harpy about the room. The harpy has continually muttered about she throughout the combat. She will reward me. She said I was favored. But it appears the combat is starting to shake his confidence. We pick up in the middle of round 4 with the remaining fungal zombie. And that one has been hunting prey on Vanarel, shooting from close to point-blank range. And away it is going to shoot again, taking time to aim carefully on the first shot. Let's see how the first roll of today is going to behave. Not that well. 27 against AC will miss on Vanarel. That was 2 actions for its aimed shot, and it will do a second shot, less aimed, and worse. And up next is the harpy. Really dislikes Daegron. Daegron is ruining this harpy's day every step of the way. And just to once again share the awesome artwork of this harpy, here we go. And you know the harpy's a caster, does not like being in melee with Vanarel. He's probably going to take one more chance to fly around and try to do something. So we're going to fly.
Okay,
I know that's going to
we're gonna
provoke.
do a reactive strike.
Yep. Oh, natural 20.
That'll be a nat 20 to start the night.
48 against AC, natural 20. 58 points of damage. And I need to roll a save against being slowed. Is not slowed. Okay. And has flown a little bit above Dezi. And is definitely going to cast a spell on Dezi now. You've been...
I will definitely try to recognize that.
Actually, wait, first, haven't been... No, I don't want to use that. No, it only has concentrate, no manipulate. In response to being hit by Daegron, we are going to use Blood Vendetta. It's a reaction. This is not an action on the turn, so we will need a will save from Daegron.
No, all
As
right.
the harpy's blood,
Another
as the
natural
harpy
20.
blood spills all over you, and you just don't care.
Still just screaming as he managed to willpower his way through the burning fire.
And
These
blood
are
doesn't
religious
affect me
spells,
either.
I'm assuming?
yes, if you wanted to try to recognize that one, the Blood
The
Vendetta.
one, no, the one that
when
he's
he's casting
now.
on you.
Yep.
Got it. Yes, that would recognize the execute spell.
Because that would be nice.
Not a critical success.
Okay.
You see,
what type of seed do you
he
need?
points at you with a talon from his foot, and you see kind of a blackish green beam come striking at you. And we will need, let's see, if the target is, this is the void version, we need basic fortitude save from you.
Oh, this might actually, I feel like the Pharasman visor is turned on, which I think is correct, if I remember correctly. I'll double check that.
Okay. You know that is it'll fail.
Yeah, we're going to use the hero point that we have for tonight.
Yep, I've
2 for a 20.
already given them all back.
Can I get over a 2? That's a 15 on the die for a success. I'll take that.
That's for a success. So roll the damage. It's a flat amount. You take 35 points. You take 30 points. Yeah.
Oh, yes, because I have some resistance.
He seems angry. He wanted that to do much better. He saw that you've been healing folks and thinking kill the healer is always a good plan. And it is your turn, Dezi.
Well, he might be happy I burned my hero point on that, because I'm going to take very careful aim on him. I don't very much like the harpy that's flying over my head. And we're going to try an eldritch shot with a moonlight ray, because I want... This is an evil cleric as far as I'm concerned, and they need to go away. I need an attack roll first, so we'll see if that goes. I'm not targeting him, sorry. Hold on.
It says he's off guard. Is that still true? Does anyone remember?
He shouldn't be.
No,
He flew away
not while
from
he's
Daegron.
yeah.
Or sorry,
It's
That's what I
Daegron.
thought.
only when it's within my range.
Yeah, I thought that was from Daegron's snagging strike.
15 on the die for a 39. It should hit.
That will hit.
So I'll do some damage here. Crossbow does 17 damage. And the Moonlight Ray, where is it? Let's see. I think that's correct. Is that all the
That's
damage?
a lot of
11d6 cold. There should be some holy here too. If he is he a demon or a or is he unholy? Sorry.
No, we already established that last time. He is not.
Oh, he's not unholy. Okay, I didn't know that. But either way, I'll take the 44 cold damage.
Yeah, he looks like he's in pretty bad shape now. I mean, near death, according to the term-based names. You can see blood is dripping out of him and pooling on the floor below you. He's having a hard time keeping aloft. It does seem like it's draining his energy staying here.
Well, good.
That was your whole turn.
Yep, that was all 3.
Vanarel.
Okay, well, it looks like that harpy may be pretty well under control because I got a really good feeling that Daegron is going to go over and say hello as well. There is, however, this ranger mushroom monstrosity in the corner that's firing arrows at me. I cannot recall if I have him as my hunted prey. I don't think I took
I believe
did.
a very
I thought you had
You were.
I thought you actually had the harpy and the melee one as your hunted prey.
Yeah, that's what I thought as well. That's fine. I'm just gonna take the action to redesignate. I'll keep the harpy and now this new buddy down here in the corner as my designated prey. First action. Second
Actually,
is just
sorry,
going
never
to be
mind. There is a hunted prey. No, there's a hunted prey condition on him. Have you been? Oh, sorry, no.
Oh, he's.
It's hunted prey on you. That's what the condition's from.
Yes, well now I will hunt prey right back on him. That's what this feels like. Just stepping forward with the second action and bringing both hammer and rapier to bear, one down on each side, with a 2 and a 4 on the die means nothing worked at all. The rapier is going to entirely miss. The hammer just knocks him just enough to just glance the rapier off of his arm, only catching him for 7 because of second sting. That
Right.
could have gone better.
I
But
think
the
that's your
attack,
whole turn.
I did the hunt prey, step forward. I am quickened.
You are
So I've
quickened.
got
You have
just
one
one
action
more.
left.
One more, so I'm going to try and make sure that rapier does see a little bit of action. Hopefully this time, just drawing it back and running it straight through center mass.
Miss.
Only at 27 to hit him. Yeah, that just means I just kind of shove. I can only get glancing blows. The hammer will just like catch off his off his head just a little bit. Only 7 points. That is all my actions there.
Okay. I've applied the 7 both times, and up next is Libbiel. And you take all your fire damage.
I'll burn just a
28
little bit,
points, and do not recover naturally.
Yeah.
So I'm going to close the door. She's thinking, I'm going to make sure this guy can't leave. And then she's going to have to like skirt around it, but she wants to get closer to our friend Vanarel to give him a life boost. Here, buddy, have one. She extends her arm out, and the script flows from her to Earl. It just says life boost on him, but it's in the archaic text.
Appreciate that, Libby. Thank you.
Daegron, it is your turn.
All right. So let's check this here. He got 35 feet away. So he's a little farther than I can go. So with a roar, he's going to use sudden charge to go 2, and then see if we can get a hit on him here.
And there won't be any flanking, as you know, and I think Foundry knows.
Yeah.
You're both 20 feet up, so he's not slightly above Dezi and Libbiel, so you can't attack from above. But if you're going to roll that high, it doesn't matter. That's a 46, which is a regular hit.
That's a good damage roll. 29 points of damage.
He is
okay
dead.
With
He
that
falls with a
extra
splat.
movement. Yeah, I'd like to think Daegron kind of rises up a little bit before almost like dropping towards him, and with grabbing both hands around it, he just slams him down and sends him careening into the ground between Dezi and Libby.
Yeah, there's a bit
Hopefully
of a
you
crunch.
guys don't get too messy.
The floorboards creak and splinter, and this creature is slightly embedded in the floorboards now. Probably splatters some feathers and blood on both Dezi and Libbiel. And you see the giant mushroom begin to start molding dissolving.
Yeah. Can I do a perception check towards it? See if there's something happening. He's not a
Sure.
arcane or learned as
If you want to
everyone
spend
else,
an
but
action on that,
maybe.
go right ahead.
Yep, I think that'll be good. 28 for that.
Yeah, the giant mushroom begins to liquefy and ooze into a thick black tar, like you've seen countless times before. This
And
time,
I think then
however,
as he's he'll float down towards everyone else.
sorry, I had a little bit more for you. This
sorry,
time,
go ahead.
however, you see a vision in the oily rainbow reflection, an immense twisted canopy of fungal stalks, purple and green flames flickering along marshy ground, countless eyes staring at you. One pair of eyes, inflamed with hatred and malevolence, bore into you, becoming larger and larger. Now you still have one action left, which I believe has to be a stride or strike. And
Yeah,
I think we are
he's
allowing the
fin
fly to work
flying.
with that. Yeah.
Yeah, he's going to just he's 20 feet up. He'll come land down next to Dezi here. Look over towards Vanarel and just say, you got that one, right?
Yeah, great, no problem.
Okay, I've moved you
I
back to the
wave
ground
off the
level.
flames of my arms.
Okay, the remaining Spore Thrall is up next. Well, it's going to drop its bow, draw its Elven Curve Blade, and it has 2 actions left, so it can try the hit on Vanarel with
It's a
the
shame it
added...
just used a manipulate action right in my face like that by
Oh,
drawing
yes, it
its
did.
weapon.
Oh, yes, it did.
That one moment when it has no weapons at all, I will seize the opportunity and try to jam it in the heart with Castrovel's beacon. The
Natural
dice
2.
are not telling the story I want to tell. I will miss it entirely.
It's returning the favor with its own Elven weapon, and it will hit with a
Oh.
39 against AC
Oh, that's how you're battle capable. All right. That will hit me.
for 27 points of damage. And it does look like it wants to retreat, but did not have the actions for it at the moment. Dezi.
I think we heard this mushroom was a portal to the abyss potentially, so I want to kind of look into it too and try my own perception here,
Sure.
or maybe a recall knowledge if that's helpful. I'm gonna guess. Would that be okay?
Sure. What are you trying to recall knowledge of?
I mean, do I see something going on in there, or is that harder to see?
Okay, that's what you want to
Probably
do. That will work.
whatever
I
we're
got it.
looking at.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
recalling knowledge on the scene.
And I'm actually going to spend a focus point to roll this twice.
The scene, you're a little unnerved by it. The sheer numbers of demons that you're seeing now behind all these glowing eyes feels like it is beyond what you would hope to deal with. You see, they're still slightly mushroom twisted, but they're all a little different than you've been seeing here. None of them look like the same types of creatures you've seen before. You do see Bremorax. You can identify those easily. Those are the fireball throwing, size small, goat faced demons. You see tons of them kind of lining the whole area. Almost looks like this is a marshaling point for an army or an invasion force. It does not look like Tanglebriar to you. You're not sure with your rolls what this is, but you think it is one of the planes of the abyss in the abyss. And you just see hordes of demons. Most of the eyes you were looking at were all these size small, but you do see some taller eyes as well. And one pair that's much larger, from a maybe 15 feet, 20 feet off the ground, is the one that's now boring into you more and more. This is not a vision. You think this is a glimpse through a portal of some kind at the moment. And that's what you get with your
Okay.
one action there.
Gotcha. Yeah, I think for my last 2 actions here, we're gonna, rather than taking a shot at this guy who's been barely injured, I'm gonna actually, my fox tattoo will glow, and we're gonna try a telekinetic maneuver to trip him and make him a little easier to hit for Vanarel. As basically you see like something rise up and kind of try to out of the ground and try to make him trip, basically. So a good way to describe that one, apparently. Oh, that's a natural 20.
Yeah,
so I think he's going to be going down.
he is prone, and you can roll a d6 for damage on that.
6 damage, too. And then I'll say, General Daegron, you got this. Go get him.
And it is Vanarel's turn as we begin round 6.
Well, Ben will turn back, just give a little salute of thanks to Dezi, and then turn back to focus on my felled foe. And he's right there. I'm just gonna just pound him flat and shish kebab him. We'll make that first action a flurry, hopefully with a little bit more of no.
Well, that's still a
Oh, I did.
critical hit and a hit, so that's
Okay, I did. All right. The
All right.
dice delayed on me, so I thought I just missed entirely again. He can have 46 points of damage. I feel a lot better about that.
46 points of damage, and we need to do the blinded check as well. He is not blinded. Any
Not
other
blinded.
crit? No, the hammer would knock him prone, and he already is.
Okay, well, now that he's there, I'm just one after another, just hammer, stab, hammer with the rest of my actions here. So for action 2, see if you can put a new and exciting hole in him with the rapier. 32 to hit. I guess all he had to do is be on the floor. You have 22 more points.
You're just clobbering and stabbing this poor mushroom-infested elf on the floor. It's looking up at you now with a little face of, like, why are you doing this to me?
I have had a heck of a day, and he was trying to kill me and all of us, and mainly me. I will hopefully just bring a hammer down on top of him to have him quickly end that thought and give him something else to worry about.
That is another hit.
Catching him for 10 more. I've got just one more after that. Is he still...
He's
still
still
there.
on the ground, still trying to play the victim here, it looks like, acting like you're the monster for attacking him while he's down, and you couldn't understand what it means to be an elf.
I hope this is a mercy killing for that.
And that is another
I have
hit. Roll your damage.
4 more.
He's whimpering and trying to act like you're the evil ones here, and he's just an elf who needs some help and needs this mushroom's excised from his face. He does not have deception, so he is not savable here. But he is trying to prey on your insecurities.
Wrong audience, friend.
Desi's,
I am out of actions, though, so...
Tavatter saw the dice rolls and know that really wasn't because he was prone, but Dezi totally thinks that
The prone probably did. Libbiel.
As far as I'm concerned, it did.
And you're still bleeding. You took 30 more points of 30 more points of damage, and you did not get rid of your bleeding. Libbiel from
burning. He's burning.
He is burning.
Burning, bleeding, it hurts either way.
All right, I'm gonna move up and oh well, goodbye, friend. Just with my brand new sword, just end his life.
Yeah, that is
You
a crit.
might.
Our witch flies in with a elven curved blade.
Or
Not a lot of damage. You're not quite used to using it yet, but that was still a crit and
Nice.
slashing
Shot.
through this elf on the ground. I think you have an action left, right? It's an action to try to pat him down No, one action would be enough to try to help out. One action you can make the DC check a little easier. 2 actions would get an extra check.
okay, I will try to pat Vanarel out. Stop being on fire. You didn't get permission for this.
All right,
Okay,
I'll just yell at it real hard like Daegron did.
So remember, on your next turn, you can have a DC 11 instead of the DC 15. DC instead of DC 15 flat check. So
Okay.
that won't be automated by Foundry. We'll double check when it happens, but just keep me honest on that. Daegron.
I'll remember.
All right. Seeing his buddy Vanarel still on fire, the thing's almost gone, but his best use is trying to get rid of it. So he'll do a sudden charge across, heading south towards this creature, and do a strike at the end of his charge here. It's on the ground, so even with the 2, we should be good here. All right. So yeah, 30 to hit and 18 points of damage.
Nice solid hit.
I know this is going to...
Not quite dead.
Do the thing yet.
It's still there.
Okay, we'll follow it up again with one more strike on the ground. Let's see if this helps. Oh, that'll do it.
That's a crit. Fighters like their crits.
Yep.
But
42
you do remember
a hit,
that
42 damage.
Wait, and do you do cold damage?
Did cold help it?
You do. You do cold
damage.
So that stops this one from exploding, which is probably good since you had the whole party minus Dezi surrounding it. It goes to explode a little, but you see the ice from your weapon start to slowly spread across and kind of collapse in and just collapse all the spores, neutralize the death explosion here. We are not out of initiative.
Okay, seeing as the Daryl's not out yet, he's only got one action. He doesn't see any immediate threats. He's just going to do the same thing as Libbiel was and just pat him down, help him try to get some of these fires out, even if it doesn't mechanically do much.
Yeah, it won't stack, but it makes sense. Dezi, you see the vision in that mushroom becoming more and more vivid, almost as if it was here with you. You can still see the shimmer on this oil slick, and you can tell it's not real, but it's becoming more real.
Do I know how to get rid of that?
No.
Yeah, we'll use recall knowledge to figure out how to get rid of that. And we're going to use my last focus point to roll this twice. Religion?
Sure. You can see that this mushroom feels like it was connected to the harpy's life force, so the death of the harpy is causing this mushroom to die as well. And you think that means whatever this summoning is going to be is happening before it was supposed to happen. So this connection, this gateway, or the summoning, whatever is going on here, is happening prematurely. You don't think you can stop it, but you do see that it is some sort of magical connection to the 3 puffball mushrooms that you had seen before, all of which feel like they've been depowered already. You don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing at this point.
And I think move to be close to the party, but also not right near the big puffball. That looks... there. I think I'll
Okay.
be there.
And is that your whole turn?
So just through past the wall here, but so I can see everything. And yeah, that's my full turn.
Vanarel, you heal some
All right,
from the
well.
life boost, and you're
Oh
still
wait,
on fire.
I do have one action left. I'm sorry. That was a move and a recall knowledge, right?
I thought you moved far enough that maybe that was 2 moves. I didn't realize your speed
No,
was
it
high
was.
enough.
I have 40 feet, so
Got it.
yeah. Jeez. Who's down? You're Libbiel. Do you have a life boost on you now?
I don't have one currently. I wasn't too worried about mine.
Okay, then I will. I'll just cast a guidance on. Do I have that? Oh, I had a guidance. Do I not have guidance? Oh, I don't have guidance. Never mind. I'll just eat the action. I don't know. I have an obvious thing to do right now.
Okay.
Okay, well, just quickly looking around the room to just assess that everything that was trying to attack us earlier is now no more. I'm going to drop both my weapons and just fumble things out of my backpack. I've got a water skin. It's all I can think of, just to squeeze it on the worst parts of myself that are burning. I'm guessing that'd be 1 action to grab it, 2 to douse myself.
Sure. I'm going to say
Just
that's
trying
going to
to-
give you an extra check right now before the burn. So give me a d20 flat check. This will be at the DC 10.
All right.
You are no longer burning.
With a sizzling.
No more 8d6 fire. You have 2 actions left, one of which must be a stride or strike.
I don't believe I'm going to do either of those, so I'm going to pick Castrovel's Beacon back up as my 3rd and final action, like dropping the water skin.
Okay.
I have the intention, obviously, to grab the hammer as well, but I really needed to not burn.
Libbiel.
Okay, I'm gonna do some changing to weapons. I'm going to put away Morning Glory with a sheath and draw Snowcaster's Staff.
That's 1 action now. You can stow and draw as a single.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the remaster made that a little simpler for juggling weapons.
Okay. In that case, now it wouldn't be worth it to put a wall of ice over the top of the portal. So I'm just going to position myself over here and kind of, let's full on hide over here.
Are you doing a stealth to hide, or are you just moving behind the corner?
I'm going to stealth to hide.
Okay.
I meant to roll
That's
that.
fine. So maybe surprisingly, you feel that you were able to get there and disappear. It does seem like there were countless, almost thousands of eyes staring at you from the abyss in that portal, but it does feel like you think you're hiding pretty well from them all. Daegron.
Okay, after being told that seems something's coming through, he's trying to get himself into his best position he can. Starts retching and hacking to try to clear this last bit of illness about him. Do a fort save.
That will clear the
There we
second.
Okay, and then let's just position ourselves in a good place here.
Can you get right in front of me?
Yes, I'm just concerned about our friend Vanarel getting mauled again.
Just get away from this thing first.
Yeah, he'll step back over top of the corpse of the ranger that was just killed to kind of block the path towards Dezi with his axe up. And let's see, so that's 2 actions for stride, retch, anything else he wants to do. Let's check his bags real quick. Oh, we didn't take any of those potions out, so he just readies himself with his axe and his dueling stance for whatever's going to come through this portal.
Okay. The largest pair of eyes that have been staring at you, they seem to become larger and larger as you then see the tar begin to kind of dissolve and recede as the vision fades. For a second, you feel a sense of relief until you see those very eyes and a large angry demon standing before you. And let me bring him in.
This is
Here-
before the bottom of the round between
It's
me and
happening
him.
between Daegron and you.
Okay, just where he passed. Got it.
So you see a very large, it's hard to describe this particular demon. It has like a wolf or a bear head with some insectoid mandibles. It has what maybe is most looking like a praying mantis's arms on its back, a spiked tail, and rocky, kind of almost golem-like hands as well, but then furred across the rest of the body, covered in a weird, it does seem organic, the hardened shell, but instead of being chitin or insectoid like, it does seem to be fluid, moist, a little bit yellowing green. It does seem like it might be mushroom inspired once again. And that's what you see materialize right in front of you. I need to click one button. I need to add him to initiative. Let's actually roll to see where he lands, other than arriving at this point in the combat. So it has arrived here, and it does appear that the being pulled here across this portal has slowed it, at least for this round. It looks like it was not intended to be here. Whoops, put that on correctly. It only gets one action right now. However, it does have reach, as you might expect. So it is going to take a slice at Vanarel's closest. Vanarel will get the target. And he is going to... Which one does he want to use? He's going to try to bite you. That looks the most satisfying. And with a 36, he will hit you
Just enough.
for 28 points of damage. And you also will need to give me a save as you feel something liquid on those mandibles begin seeping into your skin.
This is decidedly less satisfying on my side of things.
That, you know, is a failure.
I don't want to find out what drool he has or how long it's been since he brushed his teeth, so I'm going to use a hero point to reroll that. I want no part of this.
Oh, you managed to avoid that completely. You start to feel yourself become a little numb, and just you felt like you were losing some of your strength, but you shook it all off, and that was its turn. It only got one action this first round of being summoned here. Dezi.
Dezi will quick tincture up another one of those numbing potions. And this time, since Daegron is significantly less sparkly than Vanarel was, they'll feed it to them. Let me get that going here. There you go. You can take that, so you get 15 temporary, it should do the effect for you. 15 temporary hit points now. And then I'll say, yeah, you got this. And I guess I'll just take a single shot at the big guy. 5 on the die for a 29 is a critical miss.
Yeah, the shot just kind of bounces off the carapace of the arm. It didn't even seem like it was trying to move. It could tell that you were not going to hit it. And that was your whole turn. Vanarel.
Yep,
Oh, right. Well,
first things first. Dezi, you ended your turn. I need a save from you. Its gaze seems to fix on you and just lock you in place. With a success...
41 for a success, yeah.
Yes, you are fine. Vanarel now.
all right. Well, I still have just one weapon in my hand, so I will heal up for 16 as a first action. Second is going to be to grab the hammer off the ground. Did I just notice him wince at
Yes.
me healing?
As you healed yourself, he seemed to have taken damage.
Does Libbiel have something for that? Just, I don't recall.
Possibly.
I do, but I
But you're also hidden.
might have to give myself away for it.
Okay.
So I think I'm going to let it go ahead.
Anyway, all right. Well, that's fun to note. So, second action is to grab my light hammer off the ground. A free sigh of exasperation, I guess, as I size up this giant wolf mantis spider. I have no idea what in the unholy hells this thing is, but he's targeted as my hunted prey. And then just holding their rapier forward like the finest fencers in all of Galt, I will just lunge forward and take one stab with a skirmish strike. Just aiming for like a weak point in like the knees and just bending the blade entirely as it hits dead onto an armor piece.
Libbiel.
Okay, for my first action, I would like to do a demon lore on this to see if I can figure out anything I can about it.
Sure.
Okay, here's demon lore.
You know, this seems to be a custom or a unique variant of a demon, you know, the less fungal variant of this one, otherwise, all the appearance is fairly normal. It is the mantis, tiger, bear, weird hybrid. You know they arise from the souls of torturers and those who reveled in mutilation. What would you like to know about them in general? You're not going to get any of the custom features.
I think I would like to know if Shim had a exploitable weakness.
Like most demons, Cold Iron and Holy, you know, will be more effective against them.
Okay, cold, iron, and holy. I figured. All right,
You have 2 actions left.
I'm going to. Can I cast from here? I can't see it. Probably not.
Let me see. Yeah, I think that wall is giving you enough cover that you can't see it and it can't see you. You wanted that. You wanted to be hidden. So I would say you were able to peek out just enough to do the recall knowledge on it, but not enough to target it with a spell.
Okay, I'm going to retrieve a healing potion and use it on myself.
Okay. Daegron.
And
Right.
I had one more thing.
Oh yeah, because the retrieval belt is letting you retrieve it as a free action. I always forget. Sorry about that. Yes. So go ahead. You have one more action.
I'm gonna step out, trying to stay stealthy.
Give me a stealth roll. You know that. How are you trying to stay stealthy when you don't have anything blocking you from it?
She's going to be as close to the wall as she can, and she's going to try to stay low and try to blend in with some of the darkness here.
Okay.
All right, here we go. Properly hidden this time.
You feel you're being as stealthy as you can, but you can tell without cover it is seeing you. And like everyone else, when you end your turn there, I guess I also need this from Vanarel still. So Vanarel and Libbiel, please both give me that roll. Vanarel, you are
This
fine.
is the time for the hero point.
Libbiel is going to fail. You are slowed 1.
Oh no.
You feel its vision is just kind of fixated on you, and the gaze, you feel like you're prey before the eyes of a giant predator, and you're just feeling a little scared, a little unable to move as much as you would like. You're cowering before it. Daegron, though, it is your turn now.
Okay. Daegron lets out a bellow, and as this thing comes into view, we'll give it an intimidation check here. Oh, there we go. Natural 19 for a 42.
Yeah, you're bellowed at this thing, and you've scared a demon.
As he lets out this roar, maybe that slight wince it gives, he starts charging around the edge of it, using his sudden charge, and he has just enough to get
And
around,
he is going to try to
sliding
trip
through.
you when you're about
Yep.
here. So the tail
And
comes
then lets
swinging
the
at you.
slide kind
It
of
misses you,
continue.
but you swing back and counter and hit the tail, and as you keep sliding into position, it takes some of that damage. It takes more. You know the cold iron you heard was effective, and you see it smoke and char around where you hit.
And he lets out a shout as he kind of gets to the slide and pops to his feet. He's like, "Back to the abyss, you monster!" And he'll swing again now that he is flanking him with Van. And
That
that's
is
still
his-
full map since that was a reaction.
Yep, this was the strike from the sudden charge, which hits
Yeah.
and does some damage.
25.
As you know, it's doing
And
some bonus
then-
damage. You still have 2 actions left.
Yes, from the. Oh no, one more because I did the intimidate.
You
to
did the
start.
intimidate. Thank you.
But we'll go for the snagging strike with the map here. As he lands 2 blows, he then tries to hook the back of the axe under its leg, but finds it's a lot heavier than he thought it was, and just kind of scrapes it against the carapace here.
Yeah, you're there. You're almost pulling yourself off balance, but then you manage to keep it right and not have a problem with it. But it was not what you were expecting here. You have ended your turn in its gaze. Give me a fort save.
You know what? This is the one where I'm gonna re-roll this one here.
Natural
Opting for the
one.
ones.
You are paralyzed for a round, and
that's all.
it is slowed 1 this turn. It is frightened 1. So what does it want to do? We could try a spell. I think he's going to try a spell. 2 action, Divine Decree.
Not before I stab this thing in the heart.
You had Hunted Prey, right?
I had hunted
Okay,
prey on him
so you
last
can try
turn,
that.
yes.
It thought it had neutralized the person who could do the reactive strike. It thought it had locked down Daegron. But that's a good roll. It's not a crit
Oh,
though.
44. I'll take it. Well, I'm happy to be an extra surprise for it. Only 19 points of damage, but I know the material that this rapier is made of is a little nastier to it.
So it is casting. It's dropping a nice big emanation, which looks like that's hitting everyone. So I will need fort saves from all of you, as it is spouting various teachings of something. You can't quite tell. It doesn't quite seem like it's Tree Razor's teachings, but it does seem very close. And we see a critical success from Daegron and failures from everyone else. Is anyone using a hero point? I do see that chat is awarding hero points right now. So it looks like everyone might be getting a new hero point. I'm awarding them as they come in. We have Libbiel. I see Daegron.
Thank you, chat.
It's chat here to save us, the real heroes.
And I heard all
Real
around.
hero.
I've not seen the one for Vanarel yet. So maybe Vanarel. Oh, there it is. Okay, everyone got an extra hero point. Are people using them on this current roll, or are you letting that failure stand for the three of you who failed?
I'll let it.
It also does damage, so I'm going to try to reroll. No, it's
remember
worse.
my house rule, you cannot make things worse with a hero point, so you'll still take the regular fail. Anyone else before I roll damage? Sounds like a no. Here's the damage. Full damage to Dezi, Vanarel, and Libbiel, and you are all enfeebled
for
2.
1 minute.
I will drag that onto you.
And, oh, the chat must have gotten away just as I hit the button.
And
Okay.
that lasts for a whole minute.
Okay, you've all taken the damage. You've all become enfeebled. That was its 2 actions. It is no longer frightened. Dezi.
Yeah, well, fortunately, the enfeeble doesn't matter as much to me, but I don't think I want to be in this thing's aura. So the first thing I'm going to do is, do my normal. We know this is a huge demon. Take out a vial of holy water and make it into a special concoction and cast Holy Cascade. I'll do it kind of over its head so it just gets it. Got one of these left for the day, so
Yeah,
might as well use
it's
it.
kind of filling the whole space here. So it's over its head is easy to do.
Yeah. I mean, more so we don't hit Vanarel with this. So yeah, we'll need the save.
Natural 20 for a
Well, of
47.
course, it's a natural 20. Okay, well, in that case, I just want to get out of Zara for my third action.
Okay.
I'm going to move back into this room I'm in.
Yep. Okay. You are out of the aura. You do not need to save against its sight. Vanarel, it is your turn.
Do I feel like being where it can see, like directly in, like seeing it is what's causing that, out of curiosity?
You feel it is a sight-based aura from it. It does seem to have
Okay.
multiple eyes all around its head, almost like a spider on its head, and it does seem like it can
Gotcha.
look in multiple directions at once. You're not sure what the range of the
That's
aura
fine.
is, but it does seem like breaking line of sight was enough.
Okay.
All right, well, Vanarel is going to heft his weapons up as best as he can with this new enfeebled condition on him. And the muscle memory is going to kick in. We'll just try to flurry. I'm guessing this thing's calf. It's monstrously huge. But rapier followed by... Wow.
That was a miss followed by a critical miss, so I don't believe
That-
you even get your second sting.
Nope, not with that. I will still continue to try and press the attack, though. This thing has got to have a weak spot somewhere. So just coming right back around with the rapier thrusting in. 34 is not going to hit it.
Can you use your second sting on that?
That you can, right?
The second sting is where it's used here, so it's going to take a little bit from the...
And what properties
the
does
light hammer.
Castrovel's beacon? Oh, from the light hammer. So that
Yes,
that one
from
is
the
cold
opposite
iron.
one.
So,
It is a cold iron. Yeah.
okay.
And speaking of a cold iron hammer, this is the perfect opportunity to show just how much I'm not going to give up and crush this thing's kneecap. Completely bounce off of
missed,
the armor.
So no
Yep.
second sting on that one. And I think
Right.
that's all. No, that's 3 of your actions. You still have 1 left.
One more with the rapier. A 4 on the die for a total of 22. We'll crit miss again.
Okay, Libbiel. Oh, first, and before though, I need the save from you for Vanarel for being in its sight.
But I did so well last turn. All right.
Critical success. Libbiel.
Okay. I guess we're going to do a frostbite on him. I would love to do something else, but I don't have the actions to position myself for it. 33.
Natural 1, which is a failure, not a critical failure.
Well, take the full damage, I
Yeah,
guess.
it takes the full damage.
And
so yeah, you know its
take the
fort save is at
frostbite?
least plus 32 at this point. You have 1 action left.
Target gains weakness to bludgeoning equal to spell rank as well.
That's only on a
So-
critical failure, and it was a regular fail.
Oh, okay.
Yes, it succeeded on a natural 1, so the natural 1 drops it to a regular failure, not a crit failure in that case.
Gotcha. That's 2 actions. I only had 2 actions, right?
Oh, yes, you were slowed. That's right. So you are stuck there, and you need to give a new save against that gaze. You are not slowed next turn.
Nice.
You've shaken off the fear of being caught in this predator's gaze, and you're able to move a little more freely next turn. Daegron, you are paralyzed. Do you have any
Paralyzed.
mental-only actions you wish to do?
I can think about how unfortunate it is that I'm paralyzed as my teammates are getting mauled, but not much else he can do.
Okay. Take off the paralyzed if it's not already off. It is its turn now. And it.
Do I need to do the gaze though?
Oh, yes, you do.
Yeah. Took it off. Well, hopefully it won't go back on, but
Yeah, you're
good.
fine.
Crit success.
Okay, it is up now, and for the first time, it gets a full 3 actions. What does it want to do with those? I think it's going to start off by sending the pinchers after Vanarel. They are going to crit you.
Ooh, 51. Yeah, that'll do it.
72 points of damage. And it will then try an improved grab to grab you.
A 44 will succeed. My DC is a 35,
So
so
you're grabbed, you are not
barely.
restrained. That
Yep.
was its first action. It has 2 more left. I think it's going to try to bite Daegron with its second attack. And a 43 against AC will
Oh, yeah.
hit. It does feel like it's starting to become a little enraged here. So 28 points, and we do need a save from the poison on the bite. That is a failure. You don't know what it does yet.
Nobody's been bit by it.
You felt like it was
Okay, I'm gonna.
threatening to rob some strength, is what it felt like to both you and Vanarel, who've been bit but not affected yet.
I'll
You are
reroll it.
re-rolling, and you
No
are still
better.
a fail. So you are enfeebled 3.
Oh, that's no fun.
It has 1 action left, and it would love to spread the pain around. That's what it prefers to do. Can it hit Libbiel from here? 5, 10. Yes, it can hit Libbiel from here. So it is going to send the tail smacking out at Libbiel, and will hit Libbiel with a 42 against AC
Yeah, that's
for 24
gonna
points of
hurt.
damage. And that was its turn. Dezi,
Daegron,
suddenly
just
your
to make
party
sure.
is in
Yeah.
much worse shape.
Yeah.
I did have it. Don't worry.
Okay, cool. Then I'm gonna stride back into viewing range here, maybe regretting this life decision. I saw it hit. I think there is just fine. I can see everybody from here.
You can see everyone.
Oh, that's not good. Your healing is still going, right, Vanarel?
Looks like
yeah,
Vanarel's
sorry.
just timed out.
Not, no.
Okay. Well, then that's the most important thing. Let us cast a. Do I still have a focus point? Yes, I will cast a life boost on you, and suggest we hit it lots. I guess my last action is just going to be able to take us, or to. It's going to be to take a single shot at it. 19 on the die for a 42.
Vanarel, you heal 14. That's a start, and that
It's
will
something.
hurt him because that was damage he did to you.
Do that.
Opportunity
Well, good.
accusation.
Yes, so it has to make a will save against your class DC. Is your class DC 31? That's just making sure Foundry's not getting confused there. That sounds right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's 31.
It should be 33. There's how.
We'll double check that,
It
but
doesn't
even
matter.
33 won't
Yeah.
matter with a 44, so it's going to critically succeed against it.
Oh, sorry, not spell DC, class DC.
Okay.
The demon is
she tries.
unaffected and is likely to focus its attention on you for the rest of the combat.
Woof. Okay.
Well, that's not good. Hopefully, I can change its mind here. Well, I mean, it does have me grabbed, so I'm not going anywhere. Hopefully, neither is it. Being shoved in this close means I've got all kinds of spots to jam him with a rapier and clobber him with a hammer. So we'll start with that for my first action. Okay, miss and critical miss. 4.
Yeah, I mean, in some ways, you're kind of being waved up and down above the ground because you're kind of caught. Those giant pinchers above its head. You can see how they would kind of close like a crab's pincher. So you're kind
Yeah.
of up in that little nook of the arm, almost kind of up there above its head, being waved around. That's probably throwing you off your aim for your attacks there a little.
It's a little disorienting up here, sure. But it's not the first time I've been in this kind of situation. You'd think I'd be used to it by now. Not going to cause me to stop, though. I will, the next time I'm waving a little bit closer to its ear, I'm going to try to jam a rapier inside of it.
Critical
The
miss.
23 will also not do anything. I got one last shot at this. No, X is
Yes.
not going to touch it, which
But that
means
at
I'll
least
just
gets your bonus 7 points of damage.
I will scrape it by with the rapier, yes,
And
which
what?
is also cold iron
It's
for
also
what it's
cold
worth.
iron. Okay, 22 points of damage.
Yes, greater striking, brilliant, standard grade cold iron rapier.
You know,
They
he's,
give
he's
all
under
the bells and
it's
whistles.
under half HP now, but so are some of you.
Yeah, so am I.
That was all your actions. You are
That
still
was all my
within
actions.
its gaze, so give me your save. You're still unaffected by its gaze. Libbiel,
Seeing that this thing might be coming after me, I'm going to use my last elemental form to become an air spirit because this gives me 80 feet of movement. I'm going to fly away 30 and
let me
then
check
50.
the range. You left a thread and square during that. It has a lot of range with its tail.
I mean, you
so-
know you were in its reach to begin
Yeah,
with. That's
so
a
it's-
problem.
Oh, you don't
Movement
provoke?
doesn't trigger reactions. I'm good.
Oh, yes, it
Okay.
says that. Air, beautiful. Okay, yeah. So you flew away some. You're blocked by the door that you closed to stop them from getting away.
I can
But
actually
now
think I could just go through it with air.
I don't
No?
think so. I don't think air can go through. It doesn't say it can go through obstacles
Meh, it's
or
okay.
terrain.
I don't really need to open up this door.
And you are not paralyzed. You are enfeebled 3, but you are hasted. You are flying. You have all the conditions.
Yeah, he can just kind of feel that strength sapped from him as Vanarel's held there. He's going to just yell at it. He's like, "Oh, down here!" And he's going to try to do a snagging strike to get its attention. Ugh, even a 35 ain't doing it. Let's see. I don't believe there's anything to stop me from keep doing snagging strikes
No,
here. I'm just
you can
double checking
keep-
its things.
It's not
Yep,
flourish.
so
you can
we'll
try again.
continue. He's just trying to get it off guard so that others have an easier time. But with that, his best hit, and this thing is so large that he can't knock it around as he usually likes to. We're just hoping for the best. We're progressively getting better rolls as we go down. But,
Better rolls, but
those
worse total.
help. And then we've got to do a flat one at the end just for the quickened.
Yeah,
like I said,
I
just
think-
going down.
If the dice had come in a different order, if you hadn't been enfeebled, you could have had 4 hits there. But as it was, not quite. You end your turn inside its gaze. So let's see. You're still okay.
Yeah, just the axe is just clinking over and over against off maybe this almost like slime mold that's covering part of its body. It's just not getting through to it.
This poison does not tick. It is just a one-time
okay.
application
Huh.
of
It
enfeebled
lasts for
3
some length of time. Okay.
for a minute.
I really hope it doesn't get worse than a People 3 off the get-go.
Well, it could also get better, right? So.
True.
Anyways.
Sorry. Enfeebled 3 for 24 hours.
Oh,
Oof.
that's longer.
On just a hit. That's rough.
So let's see. He wants to focus Libbiel, who just turned into an air elemental and flew away, but it does have Vanarel grabbed in his hands. I think it's going to go for a secondary pincher attack on Vanarel to finish someone off before it chases after Libbiel. That is going to crit on Vanarel.
That
I
I think
expect
his
that's a
mission is
dying 2.
accomplished. Very probably.
Yeah, 54 points of damage. You are now dying 2. And your
Oh,
initiative is
yes.
going to move right before him. And let me give you, looks like you gave yourself all the conditions. Perfect. Yes, so that was its first action. It's going to drop your corpse. It's almost snapped you in half is what's happened there with those double crits with the pincher. And then it's going to go running off after Libbiel, who dared to try to trigger its sucker vulnerability by
As it leaves.
teasing it for taking damage. That is a hit.
Ooh, even a 19 doesn't give me a crit. He's a big boy.
Let me
23
double
points
check.
of damage.
Because it would have been flanked when you actually... No, it would not have been flanked because Vanarel was down.
He was out,
So,
yeah.
Still took some damage. It has 1 action left, and it is going to... It's going to try... I'm not going to say it can grab the air elemental, so it's not going to use the pincher. It's going to go for the bite instead on Libbiel. Natural 1. You needed that.
Ooh,
Yes, I did.
Miss by +1.
Yay.
So, like before, it hits on a natural 1, at least against Libbiel. But that was its turn. So you got a chance here, I think. Dezi, Vanarel
Yeah,
is
none of
out
my-
on the ground, And
Well, they're gonna heal, and I'm out of heal spells, so I can't really do anything about that. Sorry, Vanarel.
I will
Sorry,
say you
Vanarel.
are the one holding the healing potions in your.
Oh, am I?
Yes, we did get. What was it? We were not smart and we didn't distribute them, but we have 7 greater healing potions in the bag.
Oh,
of
I see
holding.
it. And we know this damages them, so I have a greater healing potion on me. Yeah, I'll stride out, pull out the healing potion, and use it on Vanna.
that will
shoot.
trigger this again.
I think we figured out how to kill it. Just keep healing us. You went in between, right, Libby? Oh, you probably... Can you use the other ability again, or no?
I think
I
it
don't-
said once it critically succeeds. I believe it said it
Oh,
was
okay.
you
Fair
cannot
enough.
use it against it again. Double
Yeah,
check.
here. Well,
There we go. Oh, well, sorry about that. Apparently now it is rolling when I click use, but...
Oh no, it just says it's unaffected and likely to focus you. It's not saying it's unaffected for the rest of the battle. So if you wanted
Okay.
to use, you could.
I think I will.
Okay. It's making it save, and it critically succeeds again.
On one hand,
really gonna focus on you for the rest of the battle, but that's fine.
that's kind of a good thing. On
So that
the other
was
hand,
all of Dezi.
run,
So
Libby.
Libbiel, it is your
Yeah,
turn.
I need a save.
Let's see. No. Yes.
I think I turned her opacity too far down.
I have too many different auras, but yes, you are still inside that aura.
There we go. Okay.
Here's your save, Dezi. That is a fail, you know.
Slowed one.
Slowed
Yep.
1 for 1 round.
Is Daegron still flying?
Daegron still has flying, is not currently flying.
No.
Yes,
Flying
it's
is
been-
worn off and quickened is worn off. 'cause
Yes, we're in round 11, so that makes sense. Those were both cast, I think, in round... I think it was
One
round
and
1
two,
and
I
2.
think.
Yeah.
You can get there though. Okay.
Keep in
going
mind
to.
it has reactions back.
Yeah, that doesn't matter to me. I'm going to open up this door. Is that a reactive strike?
Not for what it seems to be able to react to.
Okay. And then I will fly
That
towards
it
the
will
altar.
react to.
It can't.
Oh, that's
Movement
that's
doesn't
right.
provoke.
And
Okay.
I can't really do much else, but I'm going to try to draw it out this way, away from Vanna and
I mean, the door
Dezi
looks
for a moment.
awfully small for it, but maybe it will bash its way through the walls. It is staying focused its sight on you. Anything else?
No, that's it.
Okay.
2 actions.
Daegron.
Okay, looking at this here, I have a slight rules question first. Does leaping count as like leaving an occupied spare if I'm out of the range to begin with? I'm not sure if I am to begin with. But
You would still
I'm just
travel
curious.
through squares effectively. So
Okay.
it would have to be a teleport effect to do what you're trying to ask, which is start
Yeah,
from
yeah.
outside
Makes
and
sense.
inside without triggering. So teleports could do that, but leaps would not.
Yeah, well, he'll move in and hopefully maybe clear space for others. Not much else he can do there.
Yep, he will swing his tail at you.
Where did you go outside, Libbiel? I just sorry, I missed it there.
I'm
Yes, way
outside.
Yeah, they
outside.
did.
Yeah. Yep, so he strides up. Actually, he's going to stride right there.
Oh, I don't have you targeted a 49 against your AC.
No, yeah, that's a crit.
I believe that is going to... Wait, oh wait. Yes, and you are tripped where you would start. So right
Oof.
here, you'd be tripped.
Okay, so yeah, he's right back here, prone. So there's one action gone, and we're on the ground here. So we'll use the 1 to stand up. And then, oops, sorry, not haste. That's not what we want.
Now
That's
get in
prone
there.
Here. Yeah, prone,
guess.
and then prone's off. So, with 1 action, not tons we can do without just getting in place here to get really hurt.
Do your charge again?
I mean, you're
I
within
cannot.
reach, so it doesn't...
Yeah,
Yeah.
all he can do is he'll
Getting up
stride
save
back
doesn't do
where he
next
wanted to
turn.
go.
Vanarel.
Oh, Vanarel just healed?
All right.
Yeah, we thought life boost was off. It looked like you must have had 1 round remaining.
No, I recast it.
Oh, you recast it. Yes. Okay.
Yeah, Dezi put that on me. I have 2 rounds right now.
Okay.
I
So you
did just
have-
heal up a little bit.
I'm pointing this out for demon purposes, actually. I
Oh,
don't know what the
thank you.
rule-
Yes,
how
you're
that
right.
works.
Yeah, that was damage from him. So this triggers once again. Thank you.
He's outside my
Alright.
range for that.
I am going to pull a potion off of my belt because I still feel absolutely horrible.
Vanarel, I got you. Just go up and do it. You got this. Trust me.
Okay, I won't heal myself. I'll pick up the hammer then with my second action, stand with my third, and I guess I'll move up to this thing.
Or
I
you could
am
go
on the
hammer.
other side if you want to go for a flank.
I don't even know
That's
if there.
true.
I guess I could. Yeah, I guess that technically is right there.
Okay, that's your
Ah,
4. It
that
is
is-
up next.
yeah.
It's casting a spell.
Okay, reactive
I
strike.
believe that provokes from both of
Well.
you. So
Sure does.
I don't
But
like whatever spell it's willing to risk this on.
It is focused on Libbiel. That's a miss from Vanarel.
Oh, come on.
That's a
Natural 60,
hit,
yeah,
but
42,
not a
but
crit,
it's a
so it's
hit.
not disrupting the
At least you
spell.
hit. Yeah.
Ooh, bad roll, but 19 points of damage.
So it has cast Translocate.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Vroop.
Hi, friend.
And it's going to have a bite at Libbiel with its third action.
Yeah, don't die, Libby, please.
It will crit Libby with a 43 against AC for 76
Bye-bye,
damage.
Libby.
Libbiel is dying too. And we also still need the save against its poison, which is right here. So you are also enfeebled 3 for 24 hours. Not that that really matters to you. Oh, not enfeebled 5. We can drop that down to just enfeebled 3. There we go.
Just 3.
And your initiative moves to right before it. And that was its whole turn. Dezi, you saw the demon
I
just
will-
teleport out of the
Yeah,
room.
this is bad.
You know that Libbiel had run out that way.
First, to start my turn, we're going to do stroke the little jar I have with some weird things inside of it. Use my hexing jar to regain a focus point, which I'm going to use to cast the spell. But so my second action is going to be. Am I slowed? No. Oh, I will actually reload because haven't had time to do that. We can move on.
Okay.
Daegron is not literally.
Daegron.
Oh, Daegron is literally. Hold on, let me get the spell.
So
on.
do you want to post it out
Yeah.
there? So I'll that because it should have given me the healing this turn.
Yeah, you would have seen
Yeah.
the demon disappear from your vision. You saw it reappear across the way, and you probably heard a...
Yeah.
I don't know what sound an air elemental makes as it crumples to the ground, but you heard something, and you don't see the air elemental that you used to see there.
Just it's 14, I believe, back. You can take that. We'll just remember we have one less round on it right now.
Yep,
Does
sorry,
that
is it
damage
14?
it from this distance or no?
Does that heal, or did that just give temp HP?
No, this is life boost. It heals.
Oh, it heals at the
Fast
start of
healing.
his turn.
Yep. Which I was right before him. So
Yes, so
Yeah, I
that
don't know.
would be...
Do you want to back me forward, back, and then push me forward one? And I think will it work?
I got it. We're okay.
Yep. Okay, and I'll add 14 here.
I think you're going to need to move in sudden charge, if anything, Daegron.
Yep. So he is going to, hearing a horrible noise from outside after seeing it teleport. He goes running towards the door, and just enough to
Just
get
in
to where
range.
we need to. But it's been his turn, so
Yeah, it gets another reaction with that. Let me just check. I was giving it one more bonus than it should have on this roll. I don't think that changed anything on your turn. It crit by a lot.
no, it was a good ways up.
So a 45 against your
Won't crit me.
against your reflex DC.
Oh, reflex DC. Yep, I'm at plus 21, so
it's going to trip you probably right about there. And the damage.
and that would have been in the middle of my sudden charge, so I'm
you
on
lose
the
the
ground.
whole. You lose the whole. So 25 points of damage. And you are prone at the end of your turn. Vanarel, you heal 14. Right. That will hurt it. You're going to keep killing it slowly with its vulnerability to seeing people heal around it.
I'll take it.
You still got the grabbed condition if that's affecting you, Vanarel.
I will take that off, or you can take it off.
Is it?
Yeah, we never took it off when it dropped you. There you go.
Yeah. All right, my first action still gets me to just to the doorway where I can see this thing standing over a vaguely wind-shaped Libbiel, I guess.
I'm also on the ground after getting struck by the tail.
Great. Second action gets me over to here. I can almost get the thing.
Throw the hammer?
I will.
You've got quicken still, yeah.
I'm still quicken.
You quickened, right. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yep. So I'm going to get all the way up here next to him. Hey, big guy, forget about me. Get to here. And that'll be the start of my flurry. Just coming back in and slamming him with the hammer on the other side.
I see double hits there. No,
miss it.
Miss with the beacon.
Yeah, just a single hit.
For 9 damage. But you know it does
the hammer for 9.
Does a little bit extra.
Is it only on a single attack that you get the scorpion sting?
I have to be missing with multiple attack penalty. So the first strike will never have that. The second strike, if it misses, is where that bonus comes in.
I see there. Yes.
I did hit there though. Unfortunately, it took all 4 actions to get up here. So this is me. He has something else to think about.
And so you need to see. Oh, no, sorry, not that. Wrong. This one. Paralyzing Gaze. The second fortitude one there.
Yes.
You're fine. Libbiel, we need a death save. D20, DC 12.
I am
one
so
or a
good at
2 die. I saw that it was bouncing between the 7 and the 1. You are dying 3. That is your
Yay.
turn. It is up next, and it has an annoying ranger hitting it with weapons that hurt a lot. So it's going to try to get rid of you in the moment with a, I think it likes the bite best.
Sorry, am I distracting you from your plans?
It is going to hit you, not a
Oh.
crit. 29 points of damage. It kind of bends down and bites you.
Yeah, it doesn't like its
Are you
weapons.
already?
Okay.
You're back to you're up to enfeebled 3 now for the rest of the day. It seems to smile. It
Oh,
knows
great.
it knows it's winning here, and it is going to claw at you.
You sure it doesn't want to spread some pain around?
You're not close enough.
No
I
one
am.
else.
It
No,
hit
we should
me.
go after Libby.
It will hit Vanarel again. 35 against
exactly.
AC. 31 points of damage. And does that drop you?
No.
No, it's going to spend its
Stay
spin
here,
on you
dum
then.
dum.
It will use the pincer. If it's not dropped you yet, it thought it was going to get you with 1 hit. It's taken 3. It wants to hold you in the case of you still being alive. It hits you again though with the pincer, 36 against AC for very low damage of 21 points. But now
That's
you're
enough to put me down again, though.
dying 2.
Mhm.
It is going to go for the improved grab on you just to have you grabbed. Yeah, it gets you. Is that restrained?
Yes, that's a critical success.
So it has grabbed your corpse and is holding it in its body up there in those claws, kind of treating you like a trophy it's won from this battle. Dezi, you have 2 members dying, 1 member prone.
That
Everyone is down.
seems fine. We are going to stride. Oh, sorry. I had my measuring tools going there. Let's get off those. Stride up to the door, but not much closer. And how are we going to do this? Yeah, that's fine. I will take out. I'm going to damage it the best way I know how. I will pull out a healing potion and drink it.
Okay, so stride, pull out healing potion, drink. That's your turn. Okay, I will let you roll the 3d6 for how much damage you do to it. You menacingly drink a healing potion.
Glaring at it the whole time.
Yeah, if you want to roll me 3d6.
So that's 8.
Yes, it is still up. Daegron, you heal a little.
Yep.
An average roll heal is enough. That kills it.
Oh, wow. I wasn't expecting that. I was just sitting here going, ooh, I'm about to get hit again as I come in.
It had 15 remaining before Dezi's turn. So a very good roll on Dezi's 3d6 could have killed it. That was why I was having Dezi roll it.
But
between the
both
2
of
of you,
ours.
yeah,
Combined,
66
yes,
going
yeah.
for 15, you're likely to get that because 18's the average-ish there, or more like 19. But I'm leaving us in initiative, though, until people are stabilized.
Yeah. I don't think I have anything that can do anything for Libby here.
Well, you have your 3 actions.
I mean, in fairness, I have a breath of life ready to go. Are you willing to take us out of initiative for that, or do you want me to actually
we have
cast
2
it?
people who are dying.
Yeah, one's gonna get a life boost though. They're fine.
Once someone gets, well, I guess Vanarel, do you still have life boost active?
There is still a life boost at my
So you will auto stabilize.
last action.
If you're willing to spend the breath of life right now, if you're in range, are you in range of that?
Yeah. 60 feet. Yep.
Okay. If you spend that right now,
well,
we can
let Libby roll just in case. I don't think we're encountering anything else, but
because breath of life
Libby
can
roll.
trigger
Yes,
when you would die.
yeah.
Okay, so we'll skip.
So that's a real question. Does Libby get? Yeah.
So Libbiel, if you want to give me the D20 flat check, you're looking for 15. So you go to dying 2.
Hey, okay, we can probably heal them.
And then
okay, either way.
And then are you? So it's your turn, Dezi. What are you doing?
I was hoping I get to use
with
Breath of
my
Life on
actions.
you.
I would have gone closer also.
Feel free to move
If we would
yourself
have
there.
gotten around to my turn, I would have picked her up and tried to get her as close to Dezi as I could.
Okay.
I'll use a healing potion lesser, just to get them Libbiel back up.
Okay, so we can leave initiative.
Yep.
Huh.
We are out of initiative, and everyone is
I drop out of
conscious.
arrow form.
I believe Libbiel is wounded 1. Vanarel, I believe, is wounded 2 after the events of this. Over time, this giant corpse once again does seem like it gets pulled back to the abyss, and it does disappear. It did have nothing to loot, so you're not missing anything.
Well, that was awful. We should probably heal up and look at what that harpy had in specific. I think if it had anything
So,
useful.
see if-
I'm going to lie here for like an hour
I don't know if that actually affects
I
income. I think
technically,
they,
yeah.
yeah.
I
I
think they
mean,
thought that'd be
maybe,
too
but
annoying to recalculate your
yeah,
strength,
yeah.
but you probably
But I'm not
feel
lifting
encumbered.
anything heavy. Yeah, I'm feeling really drained right now.
I'm gonna
So
get rid of some more of
four
these auras. There's too many auras on the map there. Let me see what they're all
four
from.
rounds of 14 would be about 52. So I go up to 62 HP.
It looks like there's a battle axe, some sort of object, a scroll, and a container on the harpy. Grudunk, apparently. I'm gonna try to figure out what those are.
And Vanarel, here's a life boost for you, just to spread it around a little.
There is one other item also on him that was not included in his inventory, but it should be. So that's what's the box right next to him. You said
Are
you were
you sure
trying
you
to.
can spare your abilities, Libby?
Yes, I'm fine. I could
Sure. Although I try to figure out what they all are.
Okay.
remember I can refocus and get it all back in one refocus.
Every time we open a door, something awful is on the other side. That's why I'm asking, just to make sure.
Yeah, as Dezi's looking over these items, Daegron goes over to the now charred body of Arashnaval and kind of just picks it up and goes, "We came here looking for him, and he's. Did you say they took his?"
His soul team's totally gone, which is unusual. I mean, maybe we can get him resurrected, but we need to figure out what's going on with that.
Either way, he's going to take the body and bring it outside and kind of set it down. Maybe throw his cloak over the body, as he's going to take it back with them no matter what.
Well, this one's got a scroll of heal on it, so I'll definitely grab that.
It was going to
Oh,
use it
look at
next turn.
this.
It was going to use it next turn, and it wasn't able to.
Oh my god. Oh, look at this. It's got this. We can send messages back and forth. This could be useful for giving the other half to the queen.
It only has one. It doesn't have the
Oh.
pair.
Oh. Huh.
So yes.
I wonder
So
where the other one goes.
while you were chatting about Aramael and the rest of the party, Dezi's been identifying things. There was a +2 greater striking corrosive wounding battle axe. There was a slate of distant letters. This is basically it's two small chalkboards that you can write on that communicate back and forth. There's only one of them here. Obviously, someone else has the other piece of this. There was a scroll of heal, 7th rank, that was found, and you just finished identifying a sleeves of storage greater. And then
Oh,
the
Vanarel,
other
that could
item
be-
that wasn't in its inventory, it's right next to it on the ground. You have quick identify, right? So this is 1 minute each or
Yeah,
less?
these are 6 seconds each.
You did not identify this other item.
Okay. Maybe Livy can try at some point, but that's fine.
And so Libbiel was refocusing over the 10 minutes and then gives a life boost to 3 people for 52 healing. If you didn't do it manually, and we put it this way, this should make it easy to apply. You should be able to have, there's a 52 you can just hit to heal. Does someone else want to try to identify? There is a, what does this look like? It looks like, I believe, almost like a music instrument of some kind. It's a staff with lots of strings on it. It doesn't have like a body like a guitar of that nature, but it does seem to be an instrument, it feels. Dezi's already rolled on this. I'm just going to put him back in chat so you have them accessible easily for anyone else who wanted to roll.
I might as well give it a try.
Libbiel does not get it either. Daegron, what were you doing while people were patching each other up and identifying items?
After he's dragged Arabashnael outside, he comes back in and he's just kind of looking around. He remembers the rangers saying they had a cache of supplies. I believe it was behind a fireplace in here.
Yep, you said the magic words. There's a cache.
He
see a
drags this
longbow.
out and brings it over to them.
Yeah, longbow, some chain armor, some sort of charm, it looks like, and a wand and a scroll, all kinds of odds and ends. I will start sending those to be identified as well.
Dezi breathes a deep sigh. Oh, fine. Yeah. Well, I mean, it's 6 seconds each. I can do these pretty quick, right? Like
A +2 greater striking flaming holy longbow.
Ooh.
And the armor is Elven chain, standard grade. If you're not familiar with Elven chain, so it's a chain shirt made of dawn silver that glitters in even the faintest light. It has no armor check penalty, and so that's its main benefit, as well as also being, as I said, it does count as dawn silver. It also does not have the noisy trait either. Okay, the charm, a charm of acid resistance major. So this would give, let's see, I think it's 15. I need to double check. I think yes, 15 resistance to acid.
Yeah, that's what it says. That's pretty good.
The wand. Yeah, you're identifying everything very easily, aside from that one weird instrument. Wand of creeping of Tangling Creepers, rank 6, and the scroll. You do not identify the scroll.
I'll leave that to somebody else. Yeah, I'd also probably.
Just take that on, add it to my belt.
So, what are you doing
And,
now? You've healed some. It looks like people are in significantly better shape. Vanarel is still a little on the low side. Libbiel does not identify the item either.
Okay.
I'm gonna grab the Elven chain. I can't use. I mean, I need to get some runes on it, but it'd definitely be useful for me if that's okay with everyone.
Works for me.
I put the these sleeves might be useful for you, maybe Vanarel. They let you swap weapons and get weapons out quickly. I think could have a backup weapon there. I mean, Daegron. They could work for Daegron as well, but
I think Libbiel already has one of them. Is that correct?
they have a belt. I think, right?
Retrieval belt or whatever.
Yeah, I'm okay with just my retrieval belt. It lets me do this to 10 items. It's actually kind of crazy.
I'm just
I
moving
need
Fred
some
out of the
Eston.
way so he's not having wings over everything on the map.
Yes, I could use maybe some of the runes off these weapons. A charm is nice too, but we can deal with that when we have a chance to rest and recuperate.
Yeah, I think we
That's
need to
good.
hike back to that place that everybody else went.
Which place?
The
Oh,
the place that
Um,
everyone from the beginning of this
but we still.
hellhole. We found the thing in the barn.
Yeah, we
didn't
found the thing in.
We did.
It was
Okay.
like
You found the
We found
stash
the
in the
cache
barn.
in the stables.
The party has just finished fighting off the demon that emerged from the putrid mushroom and is now starting to worry more about finishing up the healing of the party and still exploring to find the missing spell book.
At kind of a leisurely pace, Libby's going to look around using her magic sense. She's got the detect magic cantrip. She can just use that well.
I'm gonna spend some time refocusing. I need 30 minutes to get my focus points back.
Oh, okay. We can do that too.
So it
That
sounds like you're
sounds
going to
good.
spend 30 minutes in this back room area here. It looks like this used to be bedrooms. They're all completely trashed and rotted away. But you're going to spend 30 minutes here healing. And for those of you who are not worried about the healing, you're going to be going over this section with a fine-tooth comb is what it sounds like. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
So you can
Sounds
you
good.
can at least remove the wounded condition from everyone then. And I suspect in 30 minutes, Vanarel, do you have ward medic or continual recovery?
I have continual recovery, so I can keep doing this every 10 minutes.
So you get 3 people, and
Yeah.
Libbiel will keep doing the
I can
focus.
do 10 minutes, then life boost,
Yep, you
then
can do
10
52.
Then
minutes.
search for the rest. Yeah.
I think you can just. We're taking 30 minutes. Everyone can be healed to full. I don't need to play that out.
Okay.
All right.
I think
good.
the math is there.
Yeah, because it's 106 healing from Libbiel, not counting what we get from Vanarel. And I am going to award a hero point to Libbiel for that combat. The choice to kite away once establishing that you had its full attention, I think is what saved the day there. So I'm going to give you a hero point for that, despite it getting very close to Libbiel death.
If anything, that
Waves
makes it more
flag,
deserved.
yippee. But yeah, it was the only thing I could think of to make sure we didn't all die.
So as the 4 of you are now sitting around, you've gotten rid of the wounded conditions. Most of you are still enfeebled from the events for the next 24 hours. So while you might be healed, you're still feeling exhausted and drained, not mechanically exhausted and drained, but emotionally. You know you've not completed the mission in terms of, you know you found what's happened to Eravashnael, but you have not found his spellbook, which you believe has to be here, because it was how the queen knew you had to come to this location from using pinpoint on the spellbook. So you know it's somewhere in this lodge area. You've not found it. You don't know if it's useful or not at this point. You have found out what's happened to Eravashnael. What are you thinking? What are you discussing among the group before you go off and do anything?
Is
I
it
think we
possible
need to-
he stashed it somewhere here? I think we're gonna need a night's rest, and we should just probably go over this whole place with a fine-tooth comb.
Yeah, I think if we can find it, maybe accompanied with it is another book, a journal perhaps, or maybe it itself has some clues. So, searching, with the magic sense, I assume a spell book would, proc a magic sense.
Overrun. It was this building, right?
Well,
Is that where?
you were told he was here investigating the areas that had been freed from the Dark Blight. So saying it's where he lived
Okay.
might be an overstatement. He's not been here for long. He was maybe here for 2 or 3 weeks prior to when you arrived.
Maybe the tents. We
Oh,
didn't
that's
really like to
true.
look them
Yeah.
over.
And take a close look there. It's always the last place you look, but the first place you go, right?
Let
Sure.
me stick my hand in there first. Those plants didn't look too friendly.
I
Yes,
mean,
you,
we still have my fire staff. I mean, we'd have to pull it out of the stash,
Have we
but
seen anything that looks friendly here?
well, you saw these
Not particularly.
tents.
Those
The tents
elves, right?
themselves all looked new, but
the humans that were here,
the plants around them look like they've been here for years, decades. It doesn't make sense to you. The tents look less than a month old, but the plants that are covering them and growing out of them looks so much older than that.
Daegron, before you get too far in, Libbiel, are you detecting anything here?
At the range
uh,
where Libbiel is, you are detecting magic.
there is definitely some magic around here.
Point me towards it, and I'll see if I can root something out.
It's very imprecise. If I walk around, I could maybe pinpoint it using triangulation, if you like.
I will take a
Oh, I mean,
perception check from Vanarel.
I believe you can focus it too as you've gotten higher levels.
Yes, at 4th rank, you can pinpoint the source. So yes,
yeah,
Oh, okay,
inside this tent here. And
that one.
yep,
I don't know. Seems pretty intense. You want to go in first?
Yeah, Daegron will go forward, axe ready, and kind of head towards the location Libbiel is pointed, and kind of lift the flaps of this kind of ruined tent with the axe, and see if he can see anything inside.
well, as you touch the vines strike out at you. And we will be rolling back into initiative. You also do see a spell book right in front of you.
It's really the combat that never ends.
It really is. I was expecting this one though 3 weeks ago or so.
No, no, no. That's not how you do things.
No, you go for the
Why
bosses
would he
first.
ever do the first thing first?
Okay, so up first, it looks like is this vine that is right next to Daegron. The it starts swinging. Actually, first it has a reaction on initiative being rolled. So we will need a fort save from Daegron. That
Oh,
is
wow.
not a good
That's-
roll,
No.
and I don't think you have a hero point.
Nope.
So you're taking
That's
double.
been 3 nat 1s on fort save so far this
You're
night.
taking double that is as it emits a cloud of caustic pollen. And for once, you are not able to hold your breath, and you just take a quick inhale, and your lungs are burning and on fire. And then it's gonna strike out at you. It makes 3 strikes against you. Just double check. Oh, it has long enough range, so I think it might hit someone else. No, it has 3 strikes against you. So here we go. These thorny vines are just whipping around. You could tell they were coiled around the tent, and now it seems they are uncoiling, and it's almost like a whirlwind of thorny vines for 8 points of damage on the first one, and a miss on the second one up emerges from the tent to the south. Yes, they're all showing up on the map. Good. And this one also emits some spores. Those spores, though, are not close enough to hit anyone. It then lashes out with its vines, and it can only hit Libbiel, so all 3 are going for Libbiel. That's a hit, 37 against AC for 6 points of damage, and the final, which will miss.
Hmm.
And then the next one. This one is close enough that both Vanarel and Daegron need to react to the spore burst.
What's a little more poison in my lungs?
Critical success this
Nothing,
time,
see?
and a failure for Vanarel.
Yes.
So full damage here. And then it's making its flurry of attacks, and all of you are in range. So we will start with the closest person, which is Vanarel, on the first roll. Vine comes slapping across your thighs, hits you for 9. The second one will go after Daegron, which will miss. And the third one will go after Dezi. We have not attacked Dezi yet, and that will critically miss. Vanarel, you are up.
So this is just a thing, massive plants and vines inside
Yes.
each of these tents.
Looks like it's some long vines with kind of puffball spores along the vines that exploded when they erupted into action here.
Well, I guess well, it's alive. It's in nature. It can perish. I'm going to size up this one right next to me here. Well, I think also taking a glance at the one off to like the southwest, the one that's farthest away from us right now, but is still
Got it.
definitely going to be a problem, using a hunted prey action for that. Oh, come on. As soon as there we go. Okay. I guess I had some lag or something. I couldn't hunt anything properly. But now that I have, so I see the token is kind of like in a weird spot. Am I adjacent to it, or do I need to like shift up closer
Oh, that's a good question.
to
I
where I
will
am?
say, I'm going to say they are size large.
Okay, so they are the tent effectively,
I'm yeah,
like for
it's
this thing.
I'm gonna make them larger just so it makes more sense. I don't know why they centered them in the middle of squares. Let me change their size to.
Made them hide so very well.
We'll do that to all of them. But you can start your turn on that one now.
Yes. Yeah, so I'll do that. I'll just jam the puffball right in the center and then try to knock it flat with the rapier and the light hammer. Let's come away with. Yeah, the Castrovel's beacon will strike true. The miss from the hammer, I just kind of cut the puffball a little bit more with the rapier, so
7
I
more,
dealt it.
and those would be combined for purposes of resistances, correct?
I'm not sure if the second sting would be combined.
Okay.
The two attacks are.
Yep.
Yeah.
So second sting does not get through any damage.
Okay. Well, that was the first then. Let's do a little quick analysis now. I will just strike one at a time. First with the rapier to see how this thing reacts. If I can manage to get through its defenses again. Looks like I can. 36 to hit.
That will hit.
Pierce into it for 15.
Only a little bit's getting through.
And not doing quite as much. All right, well, let's see what happens when I just hammer it flat.
The
Come
vines
down
are
with the
surprisingly sturdy. It's almost like you're hacking through a stony wooden something. It like the hammer is bouncing off of it. It's not really doing much. Castrovel's beacon is just not piercing it. There's a crit.
critical hit from the light hammer.
Yeah.
Hopefully, we'll do a little something extra. I'll flatten it for 28.
Yeah.
Libbiel, you mind if I go first?
It took a minuscule
Go
amount
ahead.
of damage from that.
These things are very reedy. All right, that is my actions there.
Okay, and was it Dezi going before Libbiel I just heard?
Yes.
Okay, I'll move the initiative. Dezi.
Well, this is silly. I'm going to stride over here. If it provokes, it provokes.
Does not. What are you doing? Okay.
Why don't we just walk away?
You're taking the spell book and running away. Okay.
Just to there.
Okay, that was your 3 actions. Libbiel.
So yeah, it's 2 life boosts and a walk away
Live and let live.
in case they
Not
want to
these
continue
things,
to
not
fight them.
here.
Well, they're old things. They're not tree racer things, I don't think.
Yeah, these 2 are getting life boosts, and
Okay.
then I'm going to just.
Yep, both of you can drag a life boost onto yourself, and then Libbiel's moving away. Daegron, what do you want to do?
Okay. Oh, I think that that numbing tonic's gone now, right?
Yes, that would have been finished by
Yeah,
now.
Let me get rid of that and get rid of that temp HP. Okay. He sees them backing it up. He's like, well, I'd feel weird if I didn't hit it once, so he'll do a snagging strike on it, just because.
That will
And
miss.
it just like thuds into the ground. He's like, yeah, they're vines. He just walks back over to the group. We'll see if they can follow us.
Okay.
And yeah, that was all of his movement because he had to do 2.
So the first one is
This might hurt a little.
it has range on Vanarel, but it didn't last time. So I'm going to move it back the 5 feet because we enlarged it. It did not have range on Vanarel before, so I think that's only fair. It doesn't get to have range on him just because I changed his size to interact with the map better. So it does nothing. It like the vines are all swirling around about 20 feet out from it in all directions, whiplashing. It does seem to be relatively mindless, just trying to smack at anything that kind of came nearby. But it has no targets. This one, I believe, has no targets now as well. Let me double check the distance.
I think it was similarly 5 feet back before, but
Yep, and
yeah,
no
that's
longer.
fine.
And then the one next to Vanarel, well, that one obviously has room and only 1 person, so all 3 strikes coming at Vanarel. I'm going to roll all 3 strikes before I roll damage, just to get them quickly. But it looks like we have a miss, and a critical miss. And that was its turn. Vanarel.
Okay, well, I'll just, if they're not moving, I will just, I'll back up. to
You're in
here.
range of the other one.
Yeah, I see that. Get away.
Okay. I'm going to say we're out of combat for now. Is that acceptable?
Yeah.
Seems fine to me.
Yeah.
I'm not in the mood to fight a bunch of vines after those horrific things.
I can take a nature
are
check
these?
from Vanarel on that, or anyone else who has nature.
Yeah, I'll try to recall knowledge once we're safe.
Actually, I would
basically,
allow
on what those
religion.
are.
No, nature to identify is what I'll take here.
Yeah. I do want to find out what these things are, if they are native to this place.
You know what? I will do the double check here.
Okay.
With a focus point.
Yeah, you don't know. Neither of you. You think this was a hazard more than creatures, though. You think this is it's mindless. It's not a construct. It is just kind of plants, and it's more of a not necessarily something you're expected to hack your way through as you were seeing. But how you would get rid of it, you have no idea.
We'll just let whoever know that they're here. That way nobody else triggers it. But I don't think we need to get rid of those plants, at least not today. Might be a tomorrow
I think,
job.
think
They
we're
set their
leaving.
tents up on top of it. That's what's so confusing to me.
I don't think they did.
And where was the item moved to?
I think
Dezi.
I put it in my inventory because I grabbed it. So
Okay, I'm trying to. There it is. Yes. If you want to try to identify it.
Sure.
Oh, yes. Okay. A couple things are you learning from this. One, it does seem to be a wizard spell book. What doors we open is the culmination of Niall's research. Oh, I guess maybe you shouldn't read all of that. But okay, it does have a number of things you can cast. It does have, and you can tell it also has an extra dimensional space built into it.
Ooh, is there anything in there?
Why, yes, there is. First, the only thing you saw when you first opened the book, there was a scrap of paper written with a small note. Let me check if any of you speak this language. I suspect the answer will be yes. Vanarel. There's a piece of paper that you can read that it's written in Empyrean, and it says, "Under attack. Tree Razor's agents are active. They're here. I'm hiding this in hopes that it will be found. If you read this, warn the Queen, and use the treasures within the book to save Keonan." And then you saw the one action manipulate, open the door within as a way to get to the stuff inside, which I will pull out as well. And I'm going to say this does not need to be identified. So there is a weapon by the name of Stormflash, which is a +2 greater striking shock rapier with a golden blade and miniature electric arcs that flash across the guard while it's wielded. And once per 10 minutes, it can try to divert electricity off of a target nearby you. There's Primal Mistletoe Grater. This is just the kind of the general nature boost item. It also can cast Runic Weapon or Runic Body. There is a Sarin Spike. This is a spell heart that would give you the ability to cast what? Cast Gouging Claw and Dinosaur Form apparently as well.
That would be interesting.
If you attach it to your armor, it gives you precise scent with a range of 60 feet. If you attach it to your weapon, you can activate it whenever you cast a polymorph spell to make yourself scarier. So that would make the dinosaur form a scarier dinosaur. And there are some research journals, which are written in Empyrean, and you would need to spend quite a bit of time, measured in hours, trying to learn from them. You do think you could learn more if you're able to investigate the campsite as well, but you cannot investigate the campsite as long as those hazards are there.
This is a tomorrow problem.
I think you might be right. Might be a tomorrow problem. Maybe we spend some time studying the campsite, these things. I don't know how to get rid of them.
I'm going to guess I can get rid of them, but it'll be a tomorrow problem. I would like to find a safe place to camp. This doesn't feel safe to me.
So you are not aware necessarily of any safe places here. The rangers you talked to, they were traveling about 3 days to get to their home. So they would be camping out in the woods. You can always teleport back to the Queen, but then you'd be leaving this area undealt with. I guess you could always try to teleport back if you're preparing extra teleports in your top slots.
Do not have another cast to teleport.
I think maybe we sleep in the lodge for tonight. I don't want to sleep near where that portal was, but the building off to the side might be somewhat safe.
I did kill everything in the lake.
Well,
I
not
don't want to
sleeping
sleep
there.
in the lake, though.
I can't sleep.
I'm going to
in
throw
the
this stuff in
waters,
our
I'm sorry.
stash. We can sort through it probably at the end of the night or something, I'm guessing.
You know what? I'm going to take my broom and fly up to see if I can find
Hey,
anything nearby.
So the main thing you see, you do know, as we said, right kind of behind this area here, let me ping, right behind the lodge is this giant, about 200-foot tall stone spire known as Deadeye's Tower that just kind of looms over the surrounding area. So this is a useful landmark. Of course, that's not useful to you to find a safe place, but it is a way to orient yourself in the surrounding area. You
Okay.
don't see a lot else. On the way into here, you had about a 20-minute walk from where you teleported in initially, and you were able to find your way here because of the presence of that giant stone tower. But the rest of the forest, at least as much as you can see on a quick little circle of this clearing, you just see unbroken trees in all directions. The lake is still quite far from you. That's probably a 2 days journey, you'd guess, through the woods to get back to Lake in Carthen, and you don't know any other landmarks to look for here.
I mean, maybe we
Figuring-
spend some time looking over the journal. I can spend some time tonight. I don't think going too far is a good idea.
Well, the journal is written in Imperium. Unfortunately, I think the only one who can read it is Vanarel.
Not like I'm going anywhere.
Dezi has translate,
So-
so that will
It
work.
gives me an hour for tonight, and I can prepare more for tomorrow if I need to. So, I mean,
And-
at least I
okay.
can read it.
And you have that at
you know.
rank 3, so you can speak it and read it
That-
for one person.
Yeah, it doesn't increase the duration, but it's just me. Yeah.
Yep, okay. So let me see. So Vanarel, and let's see, how long is each round?
Vanarel can do some translating for us. We can study it.
Yeah.
I'll use my translate spell for tonight.
Each round represents 4 hours, but I
Yeah.
will still let you do one with the translate. So you can do one by yourself. Vanarel can assist someone by translating, or can do the check himself. So you'll get 2 checks in the 4-hour window tonight.
I will assist.
So who I guess probably Libbiel's probably the highest rolls on those then?
What?
For religion, it might be me. I guess Arcana. Yeah,
for,
that's
for any
fine.
of the magical disciplines, nature, religion,
Yeah,
arcana, or
probably we're the
occultism.
same. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But you can assist Libby. That's fine.
I will use a focus point to give myself the Discern Secrets just for an extra 1.
Okay.
I didn't mean to send that, that way, but that's fine.
I'll reveal that. And Vanarel, I can reveal. So your aid check, you are trained. You're going to be giving a +2. So that's a 45 from Libbiel. That is a critical success. So you're reading through the book a little. You can tell you've not got into any of the really useful bits, but you can tell that Eravashnayal and his assistants, I think there were 8 EQJ elves here with him. They were studying the blights here, hopefully to discover a link between the dark blight and the greater blights that stain Tanglebriar, which is what you knew. I guess the main thing you learned so far is that there were 8 of the elves with him, and you have encountered 8 fungal elven zombies, so not counting Eravashnayal. So you think you've accounted for his whole team. But that's what you would have figured out in this first night of looking at it. You are going to rest overnight here, it sounds like. Did you pick where you wanted to rest? Which building?
Either of these buildings sound like a good idea. I think this one's a better idea. Just
Yeah,
Yeah, the
because
one
it's
where those fungus leshies were living.
Sure.
living
the
in
safest bet.
is definitely dead.
So move yourself there. And
Hey,
as you
Libbiel?
are settling in
Oh,
for the
it's fine.
night, go ahead.
You might want to take a look at Stormflash if you get rapier proficiency along with the others. I think you do, because it's one-handed and it gives you lightning bolt.
I think I'm specifically proficient in Elven weapons. Anything that says Elven.
I thought it. Okay, I could be wrong, but I thought Elven
Elf.
weapon proficiency also gave you rapier. But
I'll check. So as you are settling in for the night, the other thing that happens is you do level up here. So you are
Whoa.
now level 15.
Whoa.
Let me double check. It does say you are familiar with weapons of the elf trait plus longbows, rapiers, short bows. So yes,
Oh,
it does include rapier explicitly as one extra bonus thing. Bows and
the
rapiers.
one-handedness plus the lightning bolt might be pretty good for you. You know.
Okay.
And so as you are leveling up, I know we warned you that this may happen. If you're ready to start sharing what choices you're making as you reached level 15.
I could go first. I've got mine all sorted out here. So Daegron's level 15. It's he gets some fun stuff. His weapon specialization is going to go up. So with his axes, he's now at an extra. It's +8 damage on it, which is great. We're going to get tempered reflexes. Our reflex saves are going to be better, and I get to have the crit success on him like Vanarel does now. If it's just a success, stats go up, so he's getting a little beefier. Just his standard stuff is all rising there. The big one, or one of the big ones, legendary in athletics now, so I can finally do my combat maneuvers against those gargantuan creatures we keep coming up against. So hopefully more knocking on the ground and being able to affect the fight more than just the straight swings with the axe. And then the next fun one is the what's it called here? Improved flexibility. That is like the upgraded version of his combat flexibility, so he can switch some feats around. I haven't decided exactly which one he's going to be running, but every day he can choose to train during his daily preparations and move that to a different one that looks good. He's got some that make his stances better, some that make his dueling riposte stronger. So as needed, he can kind of change some of these things around.
Very cool. I haven't seen any of those actually show up in Foundry yet, but it sounds like you had it pre-done outside. Anyone else ready?
I got mine pretty much sorted. So for my general feat, I'm picking Unified Theory, which means I can roll Arcana for all of the spellcasting, like knowledge checks, which is really good for Libby because that's kind of all she has. From there, I've decided to dump her stat increases, one partial into intelligence, bringing it up to 5. Strength is now a +1. She's been trying to use swords lately. Dexterity goes to 4, and Constitution goes to 2. It's kind of her, training arc, if I were to give it a name. She also gets a little bit stealthier. Her stealth goes to Master. And from there, I'm going to grab a couple of 8th rank spells. I'm going to grab Ferris Form. And I haven't quite sold myself on any of the other ones. So that one might be up in the air for a minute.
Okay. Dezi or Vanarel?
Dezi knows most of their stuff. I still need to look at spells a little more. But given all the weird things we've encountered, I'm actually going to become legendary in occultism. It feels somewhat appropriate given everything that's happened to us. I will be taking toughness as a bonus feat because I keep taking all this damage and resisting it seems like a good idea. My stat boosts have gone into, my dexterity actually increases to +5 now. My wisdom's not going anywhere, but my con goes up a little bit. And Dezi's been becoming a little more personable, so I'm actually going to boost my charisma at this point.
And Vanarel. Oh, and any thoughts of what your level 8 spells are? You're still thinking about those, Dezi.
I need to look. What I've been doing is taking the damage spells at the highest level. So I'll likely have a few, rather than having more 8th level, I'll probably have more of the energy Aegeus to help protect our party from different types of damage at the lower levels.
Okay.
I actually made a decision on mine. I'm taking the other spell to be part the Mists to Paradise, which should help us with this exploration area that we were probably going to end up doing here.
Okay. And Vanarel, what's changing for you?
Well, as far as like specific feat selection, there's not a lot here. I'm just picking up a general feat at 15. And considering I've been knocked around so badly, I think I'm leaning into that a little bit. I'm taking robust health. That's gonna help me out when I receive any sort of wounds, like when I'm healing myself back up and others from a battle. It's gonna give it a little static bonus to the hit points I am able to restore to my friends. I'm also increasing my medicine skill. That's going to master this level, which is, again, also going to help get people back on their feet after we face, like, for example, an entire overrun village of demons and vines and plants and mushrooms and things. Other than that, I've got some just greater natural reflexes. When I roll a crit failure on a reflex save, yeah, it goes to a failure instead.
And when you fail a reflex save, you take half damage.
Yes.
So basically, you get a success, but it's called a fail because for anything that's
Right.
not damaging would still affect you normally.
Sorry, I should have mentioned this. I'm also getting, I'm becoming a master in fortitude saves, which seems rather useful given everything too.
Yeah, we had plenty of practice.
The other thing I noticed for you, this looks like an interesting level, Vanarel, for your boosts. You had taken a very spread out attributes. So this is a partial for 4 abilities for you this time. You're playing the long game to get the full boost for a lot of things at level 20.
Nothing is going up to a +5 for me, but everything is right there on the cusp.
Okay, so you've all leveled up. You've probably been swapping stories between each other, a little bit of new capabilities that you've been learning or becoming aware of in yourself now that you've had a chance to reflect on this whirlwind battle. That was probably all told in this place here, I mean, I think you rested twice. So you probably were here about 3 hours of intense, brutal fighting here against one demon after another, against the flying catabolus, against the pitcher plants, the all kinds of other creatures here. And you're getting a breather now, as much as you can, in this slightly rot-infested old fishing house with, it has the collapsed and slightly putrid mushroom nursery as well, right inside here, but it's still probably the nicest closed building of the two options you had. What else is going through your minds as you're getting ready for bed, knowing in the morning you'll be having to deal with those plants and trying to learn more from these journals?
I think Libby's just going, I almost died again today. I really need to get my physical self back up. Well, up for the first time, if I'm being honest with myself. Hopefully it'll stop being quite such a burden in the melee.
Well, Dagron's kind of sees as you're leaning more into picking up in the storm flash and between the morning glow. Libby, it's always good to be able to use a blade more. Let me a few little sparring rounds here. You can take some swipes at me, and we can see if we can work on that form a little bit for you.
All right.
And he'll stay up for a little bit as part of his like initial watch with Libbiel, kind of teaching her some more of the martial things that maybe she didn't grow up learning.
Give me, if you have like a warfare lore or some
Yep.
of that nature, give me a roll on that. 33.
33.
So, for the next 24 hours, Libbiel, you will have a +1 circumstance bonus with your bladed weapons.
Okay. I have no idea how to note that down.
We'll try to remember it. We'll put a note because it's probably going to go across sessions, but
I'll put it in the biography or something.
thanks. Yeah, so you spend some time. It actually feels like, Daegron, you're maybe a better instructor than you thought. You have done this a couple of times. I remember back earlier during the Iobarian arc, I think you also were training some of the Pathfinder agents who were looking to you for help, and you were being effective there as well. How is that making you feel?
I think it's a case for him where he grew up in a household where his mother was spent a lot of time drilling things into him as he was the one who seemed to have more of a martial inclination that she had. And if anything, I think maybe it's almost distraction from where they are and what this day was. It's a return to something he knew from his childhood. So I think it feels almost maybe more natural and at the very least something that's more enjoyable than this rot and death that's been around them.
So while Daegron and Libbiel were training, what are Vanarel and Dezi doing?
Tessie's kind of taking stock, taking a breather. Might be just chatting with Vanarel a little bit and talking about how close things were and how really they were worried for Libbiel, but they probably did the smart thing and tried to get out of there that second half.
Yeah, that's what she was trying to do. Get out of there.
Yeah, I think Vanarel is just leaning up against what's left of one of these walls in here with Dezi kind of over this way. Just spending the last of the day here, just kind of half helping translate some of that Empyrean after your translate spell might wear off, and also watching Daegron and Libbiel as they spar back and forth, half as seeing what Libbiel can do, and also half of that's where an error was made there. I would definitely be patching up her leg. That sort of thing. And that's curiosity to see how far she's going to push herself, and concern that she doesn't get herself killed. The like medic line of thinking, I think, is starting to kick in a bit more.
And the woods around you begin having a touch more noise than you've been hearing the entire time here before. You are hearing the normal sounds that you would expect to hear in a forest. You hear insects, bird calls, maybe at one point even the scampering of some small creature across the roof.
That's a good thing, right? We want more like living things here that aren't fungus.
Is that not fungus?
Forest is
though?
resetting itself. It's coming back. Finally.
What will your watches be this evening?
Well, I guess it's me and Daegron first, at least.
Daegron should probably be middle of the night, right? So they've got the best vision, I think.
Yeah, I don't need quite as much rest as you all do, especially those of you who need to recuperate for your spells, but whenever you need me.
So it sounds like you're maybe saying Libbiel is first watch and Dezi is last watch for the purpose of having the longest uninterrupted thing for the spells, and Daegron and Vanarel take the middle two? Okay.
Yes.
Makes sense to me.
Let me roll something. During Daegron, how are you handling your watch? Are you just like staying awake in the middle of the room here? Are you keeping the door open to look out? Are you pacing around the outside of the building? What does watch mean to Daegron?
I think he is fairly active in his watch, and I don't think he's looking to go outside right now, but he's moving from the doors around to checking the walls occasionally in some of these other rooms. I imagine there's maybe a few holes here and there, but with his dark vision, he's just keeping his eyes out, peering outside, listening for any sort of movement that seems to be coming around the place.
So give me a
Just,
perception
yeah.
check.
Oh, there will be a +1 to this, I believe, also from my eye slash.
Okay. You see movement out by the stable area, and the forest does
Could be
go a
their
little
things coming
quiet
back.
again.
He'll make note of it. If he doesn't see anything else coming back, when the shift changes, if nothing happens, he goes, "Not sure if one of those plant creatures came back to their lair, but heard some movement out by the stables."
And how would Vanarel react?
Well, we know that one of those things ran off in the fight. Maybe it came back home. I don't know, but if there is a spot in the wall or the broken down door that Daegron's been watching, that's likely where Vanarel is going to spend most of his watch, if not peering out there the whole
I
time.
don't
Just
think we need
standing
completely
by.
rest, like as long as we go back to sleep, right?
Yeah.
Just to clarify the point on how
Yeah.
spellcasting works.
Yeah. It still is often easiest to have the uninterrupted portion, but I don't think it's just strictly required. But so Vanarel just is going to kind of staying relatively prompt by the door and focused on seeing if anything is moving out there, and you don't see any movement for the duration of your watch. And then you wake up Dezi.
Hey,
Hey.
what's up?
No,
See anything?
you're up, but there's was something. Daegron said he might have seen something out by those stables there. I didn't see anything for a while, but just keep a sharp eye.
Okay, I'll keep a lookout.
And what do you do while you're
Keeping a general lookout in that direction, but like also surveilling the rest of the woods or the rest of the area. I'll see if I do see anything moving around there. I'd like to try to figure out what it is, but I don't have a real way to get a look in there until we get the rest. Or actually, I guess I had my rest, but I'm not going to be preparing until everybody's up. So
Okay, yeah. I mean, the rest of the night passes. You wake everyone up in the morning. Everyone's gotten their spells back, including their new spells from level 15. It's not been 24 hours, so most of you still have that enfeebled 3 that will last a fair bit longer from the Shemazin demon that was biting you all yesterday. And so, what are you doing in the morning now?
I got to get some spells cast. Hold on. Vanarel, I guess we'll do this again on you.
What's that? Oh, the energy aegis. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do one on myself. Oh, right. Were they? I'm enfeebled too. I think that should be gone,
The
right? Because
enfeebled
that
2 would
was
be gone.
not
It's just the
yeah.
enfeebled 3 that's the 24-hour.
And I can't do that. Okay. I've got some extra translates if we want to study that journal some more, but maybe we should investigate what was out there.
Yeah, let's go do that.
Now that you
Sounds
two are
good.
rested, just speaking specifically to Dezi and Libby, do you have a way of just lighting those vines up from a distance so we don't have to worry about them?
I mean, maybe I can try that. Yeah, probably. I can try
Yes.
fire and a few other things, and we'll see what works.
I don't know what else was in those tents that we didn't get a chance to check. Is all.
Let's get the stable some birth and just see if we can see what's in there at least. I don't know.
Yes, we can
Wait.
just give it some space.
There was something that was moving there last night. I think it was one of those plant creatures that ran off.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Dagron's gonna, with a little bit of distance from it, peer in and look around the spaces where he saw those plant creatures and just see if he sees anything in there.
And yes, you do see one of those pitcher plants that was attacking you before, moved back to where it was in the past.
I mean,
It's
live and
moved
let
back
live.
in. It
They
looks
seem
like
natural.
the ambulatory pitcher plant that was spitting at you all and trying to bite you all before. It seems like it's kind of worked its way, its roots back down a little bit into the ground there, and is just kind of hanging out. It doesn't
Wait,
seem to
we
be
fought
reacting to
those?
you.
Yeah, remember you flew in there and iced him?
I mean,
No.
in case you don't remember, Libbiel lost
You
power
know-
of memory.
Oh yeah, yeah, we fought those, Libby.
There was about 5 or 6 of them. There's one left. They weren't particularly fun or that difficult, but I don't see a point to tangle with.
Well,
it
if we
don't
have to
need
stay here again, I think we should kill it before, like, we rest again. But, you know,
I'm not going any further than that, but I'll try to figure out what we can do to like maybe get rid of those vines.
Well, if we're staying here again tonight, we should probably try to figure out what to do with this big broken altar too.
It's been
Yeah,
consecrated again, or not consecrated,
Can
but
I-
we did break the
Can
desecration
I
on it,
get
I believe.
something a bit of a think over before
Sure.
I do it? So basically, I want Libby to think about her spells and realize if dropping an awakened entropy right here in the middle of them to kill them all off, would that damage the rest of the area?
You think that would make it harder to investigate whatever may be remaining here as well. Yes, that in its destruction.
Well, maybe
We
not
might need to
that
be a little more
spell.
precise with our damage.
yeah.
And I'm gonna throw like a frostbite bolt here and see if if I could just take care of them from like way back here,
Mhm.
because this is at 60 feet.
Yep.
I'm gonna draw it and cast frostbolt.
Okay,
Oh,
let me.
I didn't mean to send it there. I always forget to flip the switch again.
So it's going to fail,
It will take this much damage.
and it takes all of that. And so, knowing that, you at least have a plan. We do not need to enter initiative unless
Just
the
pull
melees are
yeah.
going to run in.
All right, if you give
yeah.
me a little bit of time, I could just freeze them away.
Yeah.
Good to me.
Okay.
I can help.
Okay. So the two of you
Yes.
spend some time casting a number of spells, and eventually, we're not going to roll through this because they can't move. These are not ambulatory plants. They do have reach 20, as you saw before, but you can plink them from range. Aside from their physical resistance 10, there's not much going on. So I will say those are all dead.
All right, so
Let's
the
take a closer
frost
look.
not damage as much as my other plan. And heck, I don't have to use the spell.
And now we can just check inside the tents thoroughly to go through, see if there's any other belongings. I mean, the wrapped up spell book was right there by the entrance, but there might be other things in here we could find of use.
Yeah, that's a good point.
While you spend some time
Or-
searching through here, this will compete with the time translating the spell book. So I'm going to put out some rolls for you, and you can each do one of these. You can spend time looking around the tents, checking the tracks, the remains, and so tents. You have a roll. Don't start rolling yet. I'm just putting them all in here. So you could roll those for the tents, or for the journal, which does require speaking Empyrean. So those are the options. What are you each doing? Let's start with Daegron.
Daegron kind of looks around. He's like, "Oh, I won't be able to help you with the book, so I'll go through these and see if I can find anything." He'll do a perception check on the tents here as he kind of flips things over with the axe, pulls maybe the tents apart if they're starting to fall over on things, and just kind of deconstruct this area to see if he can find anything.
Yeah, so you're poking around. You're able to start actually putting together what looks like a battle that happened here. It does feel like it happened relatively recently. You think no more than probably 3 days ago that something happened here where Eravashnael and the assistants were attacked. Judging by the amount of blood spilled around under the tents, you don't think there were any survivors, which of course you also kind of confirm with having already fought the undead remains of them. There were no bodies or even fragments found here. It does seem like the opponents, the aggressors here, cleaned up after themselves. They probably wanted the full bodies for various reasons, and that's what you're seeing. I mean, it might not be particularly useful in the moment, other than once again confirming that it does seem like his whole group is currently accounted for. You found his dead body and the 8 of them. So that's what you've figured out so far. Let's go to Vanarel next.
I was also, because I know that Dezi has a magical means of reading that journal, at least for a little while. I was also going to start by focusing on the tents, just trying to dig through, helping Daegron just pull the worst of this aside so we can figure out what else was going on.
Okay.
It's also with a perception.
Yeah, you're finding inside the smallest tent here, you find some relatively undamaged, what looks like samples of different types of fungus that are like being compared, and a couple notes below them. And it seems like there's like a family tree being made between both those fungus types and a different one that you recognize from the visions you saw before that thing was summoned. And you see the name Gerharlu, which you had heard before. You'd heard about the Gerharlu spores as the things that erupted underneath Green Gold. And you know that is the name of one of the areas of the abyss. So it does seem like they think these are sharing a same heritage, even if they're not directly related. Dezi.
Dezi will definitely use a translate spell and spend some time looking at the book. I've got two prepared. I don't know, but either way.
Okay.
And I will on this roll, if it is poor, I'll burn my hero point to reroll. If
Got
you're
it.
okay with that. And religion was one of the, or sorry, I'll use occultism.
I will tell
Is
you that
that-
religion is an easier check on this one. I don't want to
Okay,
trick you
fine.
into
I'll
using
use religion. Then.
those were actually shared in order of difficulty. So nature's the easiest, religion, arcana, occultism.
Oh, sorry. I apologize.
That's a success,
There's a
though.
button.
Yes, so you know that Scythe the Sug is the father of Tree Raiser, and he is the ruler of Jaharlu, and is also known for this whole fungus in thing. But you also know that Scythe the Sug is the demon lord that banished Tree Raiser to the mortal plane, and you don't think they necessarily get along at all. You can tell by looking at those different samples. The blight in the Tangled Briar seems to be more powerful than this version here, but it does seem like Ravashnael had a couple notes on techniques to use to combat the Dark Blight, especially if you combine them with some of the demon fighting attempts. So, kind of mixing some fungicides with some cold iron dust should prove somewhat effective. And this ends up earning you a triumph point. So let me track that on the triumph point marker. You are up to 7 triumph points now. You started with 5, you spent 1, I believe, and you've gotten 3 back. You got 1 back for beating the Shimazin demon as well. I didn't mention it at the time, but that's a good sign. You're doing well in terms of resources to spend to help the war. Libbiel.
Being unable to speak Imperium, I guess I'm just going to roll the nature against the tents. By that I mean Arcana, because
Because you can use it for everything now.
did that roll properly? I
It
hope it
rolled
did.
properly. I will let you know it's a critical fail. If you want to use a hero point, you can before I use its effects.
Yeah, let's hero point that.
Yeah, you think that you're maybe a little confused right now by not quite having this unified theory quite make sense, and you can tell you're kind of costing your party a little bit of time as you're chasing down a lot of dead ends while looking through all of these aspects. So it was still a critical fail.
Oh my gosh,
So
I
you
re-rolled into a critical.
Yep. As I said, don't you get worse on your rerolls, but you went from a 13 to a 10, and both those were still. Wait, that can't be right. You can't have a +3. Oh, yeah,
No,
it
it's
did
plus.
plus 28. Sorry. So it should have been a plus 28. So initially it would have been a 31. Maybe you get your hero point back. It
I
didn't
mean,
roll right.
13 is that's a 41. 13 on the die plus 28 is.
It was a 10 on the die initially.
Oh,
10,
okay.
10
so
plus
a
3 was
38.
13. So 10, yeah, 38. That would have been a success. Sorry, you get your hero point back. I didn't notice that it was doing the wrong modifier.
Okay, that's why I asked.
Yes, I know
did it
that's why you
roll
asked, and I thought
properly?
it was doing it right, and I just didn't notice. I'm sorry. Yes, so you don't make things worse. You're starting to piece together some intricate details about the Tanglebriar, and you know that one of the worst. Well, these are the common things you know. You know the Tanglebriar is full of diseases: bog rot, tetanus, malaria, bubonic plague, scarlet leprosy, blinding sickness, and sewer haze. You know, these are ones that, while virulent and deadly, they are not ones that you in particular would be worried about at your current levels of magic, fortitude, all those things. These are things that, the lower level people worried about, but you'd probably not worry about these yourself, but it does sound like a horrible place to be. You've spent 4 hours this morning looking over all of this. You think there's still a touch more bit to learn, but you also think maybe it is close to time to try to head back to Keonan and report. That is your choice to make, which you think is more important.
Do
Yeah,
we
it's
need
like
to
this is-
investigate? I'm inclined to continue personally, but
I'd rather get this information back. We can keep looking over the book, and maybe
I might
I'm
have
guessing
been
we've learned most of what we can from the campsite.
I believe you are at 7 points, and I think you have actually exhausted the book at this point. So
Oh, well,
one check left on the tense, but I will take it on either. I'm not going to worry too much about. You've gotten 3 and 4 out of 4 and 4, so I don't care which one the last one comes from. So, but it will take you 4 more hours. Is the catch?
okay.
I think
Well,
we
it's
should
probably-
spend the time here.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'm still
It
concerned
doesn't
about
hurt.
Rashael's soul. If we can find any information that might point us in the direction, if we could free him, I think that would be.
I mean, it might have gotten sucked into the other plane. I don't know. I'd like to save him, but there's a lot of people dying too. And we got the
Alright.
information that we came for. I don't mean to be crude, but
No,
someone want to
you
make
know
the
things
chicken
better than
tennis?
me.
So if you want to give me the
yeah, searching the campsite.
Yeah, we'll definitely head back at the end of today.
So here were the campsite checks. If someone wants to try one of those to finish the research here.
I mean, I think I might have one of the bigger bonuses with the 28.
And Vanarel, yes, you finish kind of putting together some of the scattered notes that were almost ripped apart by the vine swinging. You found a couple more pieces of paper you could piece together and get a couple more bits about notes on the Tanglebriar. And the 3 biggest disease-based or hazard threats are called out. One of them is called the Barrel Blight, and this is a fungal curse that you don't think you're going to be too worried about. It's one that if it typically it's a curse-based effect that you typically need to be encased in a tree for a week before the first save against it is made. So you know that's probably not something that you're going to be too worried about unless you get captured. But it is one that after that first save, you become a fiend and a fungus. It's basically a single stage horrible curse, but it does take a week onset. You know that you would come back typically stronger, and then after another year in that form, you become even stronger. And you know that this transformation is incredibly difficult to remove. It requires a wish to undo this once it takes effect. So that is incentive not to get captured. But as I said, it has a week long onset. So the other one you hear about is Tangle Rot. This is a disease that you think you've encountered in some ways. The disease that was making the root rotters. This sounds like this is the original form. As Tangle Rot progresses, pale green and white tendrils grow from the victim's body, and they twitch and writhe with a mind of their own. Eventually, the victim perishes, but there remains sprouts new fungal corruption capable of spreading Tanglebriar's legacy. Elves who perish from this become root rotters. So you know this is one of the bad diseases of the area that is all throughout the Tanglebriar. And the final one you hear about are brainworms, which is basically a very nasty worm living in water, and it is very dangerous to drink or be submerged in any water in the Tanglebriar. It would have similar pretty bad progressions, lots of negative conditions.
I think Vanarel just instinctively glances towards the direction of that lake behind the building they stayed in.
You're
last
pretty
night.
sure that had brainworms in it.
Ugh.
Let me see if I can find the exact. Yes, you know that Stupefied 2, Stage 1, Stupefied 2, Phase 2, and Confused whenever you take damage. Stage 3, Stupefied, whenever you take damage, you become confused much more easily. Kind of progressing up that path. Stupefied 4, Confused, damage does not end the confused condition, unconscious, and death. So it's a slow progression, 1 day per stage, but it is still very nasty.
That sounds
Hey,
awful.
so I need to ask, just because it determines how I set up my spells this morning. I might have done it wrong. The distance from here to Keonan is within 100 miles or 1,000 miles?
I think it was requiring the 1,000-mile one,
Okay.
which is what the scrolls you were given. I know you ate one of the scrolls to learn the spell. And I think you were counting on using using one to get back. So
I do have another scroll to eat.
So do you have a scroll to do you have a spell to teleport back today, or are you?
I do.
Okay. So
It's
after
just
the 8 hours here, we can tick off all of the enfeebled threes.
Oh, that feels good. And like I said before, Daegron's gonna go take his cloak and wrap up Vashnael's body and bring it with them to bring back.
I can bring all of us and one extra, so that would be the body, be
Check now.
creatures or objects. So
That is good.
Sounds good.
Anything else you want to do here, or are you teleporting back?
Is there anything further we can do with that altar?
Your
don't-
understanding was it takes a month to cast the consecrate ritual. You've already dispelled the previous evil consecrate ritual on it.
Yeah, I think we just head back. I think this information needs to get to the queen.
all right. Well, here's the cast of teleport.
Okay.
I made that.
I'll share it
Oh,
public.
okay.
I don't think it matters here. There we go.
Yeah.
So yes, you have teleported. Let's go back to the Encarthan region map, just so we can say where you are. So you had been over here in Nirmathos, kind of about where that R in Nirmathos is about where you had teleported to. That's close to the Elkraven Lodge and Deadeye's Tower. And you are now teleporting you were probably told to head to Ayadara, the capital, rather than back to Green Gold, and they would have given you enough abilities to do that. They would have explained it and drawn some maps and pictures, just knowing that that's where the queen's going to be. Yes, she met you at Green Gold a day ago, but she's also probably teleporting around dealing with the war. So you will have teleported to Ayadara, and when you arrive, there is one thing that's going to happen. Yeah, sorry, the 7th rank is what we needed for that. Yes, that's correct. I'm sorry if I said 8th rank.
Oh no, it's just I'm clarifying why I didn't do the 8th rank, because it would only have been 10 miles off. This one might be a little bit further.
And so now we have another one of these interludes where you're kind of getting the choice to spend some of your accumulated points on helping the war as a whole. And so as you arrive at Ayadara, before you get to meet with the queen, you probably are meeting with some of the other heralds. Your friend Dalamayan's probably not here. She's probably expecting you in Green Gold. She probably will rush here shortly when she hears that this is where you've come to. But some of the other heralds of the queen are asking for your advice. A dragon known as Zoglagal, long thought to have been slain by a rival dragon known as Zaldervax, also known as the Queen of Thorns. So Zaldagal is the one that was thought to be dead, but now appears to be very much alive, and is encrusted with fungal growths, and it has been making a terrifying return, wreaking havoc across the whole south of Keonan. You can spend you can spend one of your triumph points to help fight this off. Again, this is more sending some of your own resources, using morale to help the people, spending some time effectively that you could have been using to rest yourself. It's an abstract system, but you can spend a triumph point. You have 7 to help with this, or you could choose not to. Again, you have no idea how many of these you will get and how many of these you need. And you know that triumph points remaining at the end of the adventure path help establish how well Keonan has survived.
I think we should use it personally.
I agree.
feel like
Getting
this
rid
is
of
a
a fungal
no-brainer.
dragon. Yeah.
We've encountered creatures with that fungal boost or whatever to it. They're much tougher and absolutely horrid to deal with. A dragon with that, we need to help.
So
Yeah, I think if we bogart the points, it honestly makes it worse for Keonan than if we help them at whenever we can.
No, I agree. We can at the
I
very
mean, I
least
think we should
send knowledge.
save some troops for here, but we've been doing pretty well. We can spare the troops to fight the dragon.
So you spend
Mhm.
1 point, you're down to 6, and Zalgagal faces an unexpectedly tough resistance from Keonan on his first attack, and the elves take advantage of an old wound under his right wing that never quite healed. He is forced to flee in humiliation before he can even complete one of his assaults. You automatically know about this old wound should you ever encounter him. And
Well,
then tomorrow,
Chekhov's dragon.
you will be called in to your meeting with the Queen, and we will pick that up next week. But once again, thank you all for tuning in. I hope you've enjoyed this as we begin Chapter 2 of Book 2 of Spore War next week.